when she left, she was not guilty at that point on. She was innocent. Now, as far as having guilt, as far as, maybe she was talking to Higgins and, and that kind of made some shit go down, obviously. And that's what kind of maybe sparked some shit. And it could have went deeper than that. We still don't know. I don't know. We still don't know, and maybe we'll find that out later on. But that's all she's guilty of, if there's any guilt. But as far as murder goes, hell no, she's not guilty of murder. And we all know who's guilty of the murder. So as far as saying like, oh, if it wasn't for this person, she would be guilty. No, she was not even. No, she was never guilty. So, I mean, I don't understand. Like, come on, use your head. And that's the thing. So now what? She's guilty now because she's not agreeing with that person. Now you hate her. If it wasn't for her, you would be in jail. If it wasn't for this person, you'd be in jail. You can't. Well, what if she got found guilty? It could have went either way, right, James Jackson?
Yeah. I mean, the first trial wasn't as smooth as the second one, to say the least. The first one, they were hung up on a few things, and that's why there was a mistrial. So, yeah, man, I think the second trial was just basically based off of it already getting so much publicity. At that point, there was no more one content creator. Now you got over 10 to 15 that are in the game, so to speak. So it was more than one person. Say we get 1,000 people aboard one night, and then the next channel gets 1,000, next channel gets. So it's not just one person, man. 15 people. That's 15,000. I'm just lowballing, saying 1,000 each person. That's 15,000 people that didn't know about something that now know about it. So you can't just give one person credit. Yes, did one person spark it? Yeah, because in the beginning, somebody felt comfortable talking to that one person. But now here we are, the pivot, justice for John O'Keefe, Karen trying to get her phone back. Now it makes perfect sense on why they don't want to give her phone back, because they just heard a leak call saying, do you realize what's on that phone? And now they're like, we got to do another search on it because maybe we didn't do a thorough one the first time.
That's a fucked up situation, man.
Well, that's why can you see why she's pissed off?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I just want to say before we go any further, what the fuck is going on in Haverhill, Massachusetts? I don't know. Justice for Jigga, we got the link up. Let's talk about it. Any questions? You guys can come up on the stage and you guys can ask us any questions tonight. We're opening up the panel. Let us get the conversation going. It's Justice for Jigga.
Let's go, people.
It's Justice for Jigga. Justice for Jigga, for sure.
Yeah. Like we throwing down, but I have to do this shit out here. Why am I wet, man? But it's going to let us go. Hey man, wanna talk shit on internet? Then you call me homie, and you don't even know me. You see this dude on your screen, think you know the real me, man. You can just blow me. You all in your cute little studio, act like you on the streets, call me bro. Wanna be some big YouTube star while I'm keeping it real. Hell man, I'm here in my car, fighting the fight, doing it every night. Fight fiction with fact, we ain't pulling no curtain back. Think it's all about us, no man is bigger. Tell you right now, it's all about Jigga. Fighting the fight, doing it every night. Fight fiction with fact, we ain't pulling no curtain back. Think it's all about us, no man is bigger. Tell you right now, it's all about Jigga. Someone's hurt your feelings, man. Well, at least you could feel, man. Jigga got his life snuffed out, There were 7 of them po-po. He was just walking, man, was having a spell. Didn't know what was happening, man, couldn't even yell. Put him on the ground, the only sound was I can't breathe, let me up, but not too damn corrupt. Now it is 7 on his neck, you don't figure that just maybe you're gonna kill Jigga. Fighting the fight, doing it every night. Fight fiction with fact, we ain't pulling no curtain back. Think it's all about us, no man is bigger. Tell you right now, it's all about Jigga. Fighting the fight, doing it every night. Fight fiction with fact, we ain't pulling no curtain back. Think it's all about us, no man is bigger. Tell you right now, it's all about Jigga. Hey man, you wanna talk shit on internet, then you call me homie. Man, you don't even know. You see this dude on your screen, think you know the real me. Man, you could just blow me. Fighting the fight, doing it every night. Fight fiction with fact, we ain't pulling no curtain back. Think it's all about us, no man is bigger. Tell you right now, it's all about Jigga.
We got the wonderful ladies up in here. We got NY Unforgettable up in here. God damn, it's about to
Hi
get
guys.
crazy.
What's
Yeah.
up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
Kevin
Jeff.
What
Hi,
up?
James.
What's
Hi,
Hey,
JFK.
hey,
Hi, G.
absolutely.
Hey, what's up, girl? What's up?
You know how we do it.
Another day, girl.
So let
That's
me spin
it.
it around the room real quick to you ladies. So there was a we need to get Becca up in here. Becca, if you could come up, jump up.
Yes, Miss Becca.
But so the chief of police decided to retire today out in Haverhill. What do you think that's all about? If anybody got any guess, I don't really know the ins and outs. I guess that's kind of like, that's not going to come out just yet. But if you were going to guess, what would you think it would be?
I would think that there's gonna be people held accountable, and he don't want to be part of that mess. To be honest,
The chief, though?
yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people held accountable for that kid's death for Jigga. So, like, there's
Did
gonna
you
be a
know
lot of.
Jigga? You're out there in
I
Lawtown.
didn't.
Did you ever?
No, I didn't know Jigga, but it was, I came across it. I started coming across the videos. I was studying the videos, like from each angle, and seeing the family speak on chats and getting disrespected from people and stuff like that. So I started looking into it, and then you guys talk about it. So I'm like, chill, cool.
What about you, NY?
Can you guys hear me still?
I can hear you
Okay,
smooth.
awesome. Awesome. So, I mean, with all of these cases, anytime anyone of authority steps down, I mean, it's just like, it's a clue. It's a clue, like in Blue's Clues, like something's going on, obviously. And I'm not as informed with the entire Jigga case, but even when you see it with Karen Reed, it's just all when these people start stepping down, it's like everyone's trying to position themselves on who can take less of the heat when
Yeah,
when the hammer really comes down.
yeah. When the
So
shit hits the fan.
exactly. So it's like everyone's just moving strategically because that's all they can do, but all their hands are dirty. So you got to look at everyone sideways. That's just my
Yep.
opinion.
That's a great opinion. What about you, James Jackson? If you was gonna have one,
If I was going to have an opinion, man, I would think that he feels some certain kind of way. It's just a hell of a lot. It's a lot, man. It's a lot to deal with. It's not just like dealing with one officer. He's dealing with 7. It's a lot of paperwork, man. It's a lot to take in.
what about you, Kev?
I mean, I look at it as, you might have an officer that's high ranked like that, that's put in some years. He could have 20, 30 years on that force, and I'm not saying
Probably got more than that.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I would think so, and to see, to be in control like that and have that rank and have a police force running underneath you. I mean, he's putting trust into all them officers to do the right thing, to act accordingly. And now all of a sudden they're under they're under the magnifying glass. And he probably just said, hey, I'm fucking too old for this shit. We're all going down. We're all going down for this. I'm fucking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably not, he probably doesn't want to be involved in this shit. Maybe there's nothing wrong with him. He just doesn't want to be involved, and stay in his years of being in the force.
He's like, God damn, guys, I was just getting ready to retire, and then you fucked up my whole shit.
Straight facts.
Yeah, I mean, not for nothing, but when you think about it, I mean, everything's different. The approach a lot of these, this other the younger generations, their persona, what they're emitting with their attitudes and actions. I mean, it's a lot different, I mean,
Yeah,
it does, man. It's a lot different. You know,
Money making Mike is in the chat, and be clear, money making Mike makes all the money. God
that's
damn,
Hi,
it.
Mike
Mike. How
Crawford.
are you?
Mike.
Let me tell you something about Mikey Crawford, man. He's a solid dude, man, and he's just on the side of what's right and what's wrong and compassion. You know, he's a dog walker. This guy walks people's pets, right? And he loves dogs. So you got to be a certain individual to love dogs. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, because dogs,
That's a fact.
you know, dogs are tough. They're tough, man. You know, and they could drive you crazy. And he deals with all types of dogs, so that that shows a lot of his character, man. He's a good dude. That's what it comes down to, just being a good person. And that's why we spoke up because we just want to know who we're talking to. You know what I mean? And
Can
that's
I
what it.
speak on that, JFK? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
Yeah,
like
go ahead,
I
go
don't
for it.
think I don't think a lot of people understand what you're really trying to say if they don't understand like this isn't corporate, this isn't something you read in a book. This is about like being street smart. Like you move different when you live a different type of lifestyle and when you live and when you grow up around it. And your word is your bond. Your
Mm.
word is who you are. It's your integrity. It's everything. And I mean, if you even think about it, like before phones and screenshots, that's how people like were like, yo, I'm gonna meet you here at this time. Bet I'm gonna meet you there. You know what I mean? Like that was
Yeah,
your word.
that's a fact.
So when people say that, it's just like I don't think that people really understand what you're trying to say when you're like, who am I talking to? It's you want to if you're going to give loyalty, you're going to give it to them, but you want to make sure that you're not trusting someone blindly and they're going to stab you in the back whenever it is and whenever the opportunity is convenient for them. And it's all right for you to question that. What's crazy is the reaction to that. Like, are y'all like what generation? This has to be Gen Z because it ain't no way is a Gen X, ain't no way is a millennial. Because at least, we grew up before phones. At least, like I'm a millennial. I had my first cell phone at like 18. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I had a life prior to that. So yes, your word means everything. And you should feel like I told you the last show, if it looks funny, it's funny. Period. That's how it is where I grew up. And I didn't grow up in the nicest place either, where it's like, yo, like, you got to move a certain type of way. And if you're asking for support, you also have a responsibility to maintain that consistency. You can't be
mhm,
flip flopping back and forth and like, oh, one day we're cool, one day we're not. Like that instability, that emotional instability is dangerous because how do you trust? You can't trust somebody if they don't know left from right one day and then right from left the next. Like,
Great
no.
facts. Listen, I want to speak up on Mike. I want to say something. Yo, I saw the other day his live, and it takes a true man to do what he did the other day on his live, like apologizing to people, taking accountability. I saw that man cry on his live.
oh
And that
wow.
takes a lot. That takes a lot. I respect that man for that. I respect him a lot. He took accountability of whatever he felt he did or whatever on his live. And I just had so much respect for that man. I'm like, listen, everybody makes mistakes. We all have flaws. We all have, we're not perfect. We're not perfect. And everybody's gonna, have lots of
Right.
things like over your head. You could feel stressed out. Under stress, people act differently. You feel me? But I have so much
Mm-hmm.
respect for Mike for that because it takes a real man to show tears in front of the world watching him. You feel me?
Yeah, well,
It's
he
because
was
also Mike is a Taurus. I just have to say Mike is a Taurus like me. Okay, honey.
Mm,
Yes, Mike is
No,
a
but
Taurus. Let's
I'll tell
go.
you, real men cry.
Yes.
right.
Straight facts.
Right.
Straight facts.
I mean, he was talking about a friend of his and saying basically the context behind the whole thing was this
Straight
is
facts.
all just bullshit. This is drama. This means nothing. He just found out
Mm-hmm.
something about a friend of his that was, his health wasn't up to par. And that's when you start to realize what really matters. And it's like, yeah, does this matter? Is this harmful to certain people in this movement, so to speak? I call it a community now that I'm a journalist and fighting corruption. But I just like to say that things
Another
like,
thing is, can I just add to that right quick, James? You could keep it
yeah,
rocking. He's been at this for a long time, doing radio, so
mhm,
now he got his own show, he has an audience, and the last thing he wants to do is pollute it. The last thing he wants to do is go against his audience and make it like drama. Like he finally is where he's at his peak. He's in his wheelhouse and he's like, damn, it's getting like, damn, like, like, well, why did it turn this way? He doesn't want to mess up a good thing, and he's just very aware of that, and he's been grinding for a long, long time.
Well, I mean, it also comes down to people are just mad quick to react to things. Like, what happened to just taking a second to breathe, digest the information, and then respond? Reaction and responses are two very different things. And that takes a long time to actually master that, where you don't let your emotional self get out of control, where you just want to be like, "Blah, da, 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 da," with your words. Like, words cut deep. Like, so you got to be cautious. Like, if you have enough self-awareness, when your emotional state is heightened, you got to take a step back and you got to chill, because you may say some things that you may regret and you can't come back from that, and you got to eat it. Like, respectfully, you got to eat it. But responding to it is being like, all right, like I said in the last one, it's assessing the situation for what it is. Judgment, using discernment, not criticizing, not inserting your own what you think and what you're feeling, what your ego is talking about. It's more like, yo, let me look at this. Like, let me put myself outside of this situation before I actually say something. And the more that people can actually start doing that is when real conversations can actually happen, where, yo, from human to human, we're all flawed human beings, but I owe you enough decency and respect to not give you like emotional lashings, because you know what? Those emotions are mine to handle, and you shouldn't have to be taking my burden of that just because I feel like in that moment I want to unload. Nah, you gotta think critically at that point. You gotta like calm down. Like y'all say, calm down. Like,
I like
god
I like the
damn.
I like the fact that he also said like that he's gonna start focusing on those that care for him and love him. You feel me? That was big part of what he said. Like he's gonna
Well,
start focusing. Basically, he's gonna start loving those that love him and care for him. Like and focusing on those that are important around him. You feel me? That's very important, and I like that. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he acknowledged that. So I got mad respect for you, Mike.
shout out to Mike Crawford. And,
Yeah, shout out to Mike.
Mike
just
Crawford, the Venmos at JFK show off too, Mikey.
uh, but no,
God
just to
damn.
touch on that real fast, I saw something today someone sent me, and it's like very disturbing, man. It was on Twitter with the niece of John O'Keefe, and they're just talking about how she feels and how where she's at mentally, and I think that was very, very. I just think that was low, man. They should take that down. Whoever posted it, I
I
guess
agree.
allegedly it was somebody from the Free Karen Read movement saying that. Um, I don't understand how it could be from the Free Karen Read movement to show that, because they're trying to say the O'Keefes want it up. I don't think the O'Keefes would want. I don't listen. Would John want that up? Would her mother want that up?
No,
Absolutely not. She's a
no,
little
no,
girl.
no.
There's not one comment in there that says keep this up, except for the person who posted it. And that shit right there is just, it just goes to show you how people don't think of feelings. They don't think of people. This is a young girl who hasn't even graduated high school
Wait a
yet.
minute. Let me ask you this. What I haven't seen that. What's going on?
Me neither.
Oh, Jay. Whew, I'm
Yeah, I
send.
saw it too, James.
I haven't saw it. I'm gonna go on Twitter and look it up, but I haven't
Let
seen
me
it.
bring somebody else up here too, because I got some people
Right.
backstage that's been waiting. I got
Olivia.
I seen I think Bubba was back here. I think he dipped though. I seen Bubba back here. Guys, I'm gonna try to get everybody on. I'm gonna try to swing it around the room. We got Amy up here. What up, Amy?
How are ya?
We're all right.
Amy,
How you doing?
Hello, how you doing?
Hi.
good.
How's everybody
So
doing
so
tonight?
J- so James was in thought. You're saying that there's a piece of content out there that's allegedly John O'Keefe's niece.
Yeah, it's not allegedly. It is
What?
John. Yeah, and they're saying that. Oh yeah, she want. Here it is, man. It's so sad. It's Let me get to it. Open. It's on X. Unfiltered thoughts. So here we go. Bing bang. Yeah. So Jay, I'm gonna send it to you on Messenger on X.
All right.
I mean, children are not
So
spectacles, everyone. Like, I mean,
No,
there
it's
has to be a
so
line that needs
sad.
to be drawn. Like, watching this child who has gone through severe trauma. I don't care what you think
And
about
is
what
continuing
happened,
to
and is
do. It's
exactly,
just
and
sad.
is born into a generation where everything is aired out online and it's permanent. Everything online is permanent. So
I
it's
know.
like the fact that there is no, I don't care if you're free Karen Reed, anti Karen Reed, anti whatever, you're pro demon if you're doing things like that. Because at this
Back. It's
point,
a little girl. There's
it's a
boundaries.
child. There has to be boundaries, like severe boundaries, and
There are no boundaries for this
none.
young lady. This is
Like
gonna live with her the rest of her life. This
like she
poor
has no
girl.
that's clear that she is a child struggling with, the fact that she's had so much trauma in her life, doesn't even know where to begin or where to look,
No.
and clearly doesn't have the right people around her. But also, like, if you guys are adults following a child to then
That's right there.
post it and
That's it.
parade it around, it's weirdo behavior. Like, what's
You
wrong
just said
with
it
you?
though. If you're adults, you just said it
Exactly.
right there. That's all
Exactly.
you need to say. If you're adults, they're not clearly. They're not putting the needs and the health of those children first.
Mm,
Exactly.
I
If you
agree.
see what's going on, they're just not. They're not.
They shouldn't be put on.
Those
They
poor
should have
kids.
never posted online. That little girl, and the
No.
brother too. They've been through like trauma, mad loss. They're stuck in between. The people saying that Karen did it. Karen didn't do it. Like this is a lot of trauma going on for this little girl, and like she's in
Yeah.
school. This has become like a circus online. Like they already affected it as it is. I think that
Her
as adults, we should know what we should post and what we should not post.
her mental health is, I can't even imagine the work that's going to have to continuously happen for her going forward in her life
Mm,
to her and her brother
yes.
to fix,
Exactly.
not even fix, but maintain some semblance of normalcy. I don't even know if there is one now going forward for her and her brother. I have no idea.
Exactly.
I couldn't even try to imagine to put myself in their shoes at this
It
point.
it just
They're
feels like
caught up
they're
in something they
exploiting
should have never
them.
been caught up in. They're caught up in something that children should never be caught up in. And at the end
Yeah,
of the day, like it was inevitable, obviously, because of what happened with John O'Keefe. But at the end of the day, I think that people should be more empathetic to these children, regardless.
yeah,
The people they're surrounded with and people dislike them. These are kids at the end of the day, and like
yeah.
they matter regardless.
So
I think
what you just said,
I
sorry,
think the
sorry
maybe.
guys.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry. I just seen what James gave me. So James, so this is her. Now, first of all, I don't know how old this girl is, so I don't feel comfortable posting this, right?
Right. No, no. I mean,
She
you
looks
that.
pretty young. She
Yeah,
looks
she's
pretty young,
young. She's
right?
younger than
So, but
16.
what I do see, if people want to know, I could paint the picture. She
Sure.
wrote, she wrote, I didn't know if I was going to post this, but since um it's a screenshot, so it's excuse me, I got to pause it. It says didn't know if I was going to post this, um but the month is almost over. I wanted to post a reminder to everyone that you really never know what someone is going through. Please just be kind and remember that this shall pass. So basically, she's in the hospital in these pictures, right? She's smoking a cigarette, it looks like, in one of them, right?
Yeah, but the rest of them, she's writing stuff,
Okay.
and you'll see.
I don't know. I don't know if that's a cigarette in her mouth. Don't quote me on that. It could just be something like she's just playing with, whatever. But the
Could be
thing
a
is,
sponge, man. It could be she could have a sponge in her mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those sponges that you
I
put
don't know
in
what that.
water.
I don't know what that means, Great
Yeah,
Friend.
I
I don't know
don't
what that means. But
Nah, man. You know, like when you in the hospital and you want
The
water, they
hospital,
give
yeah, they give you those the
oh,
water
Those
know.
little
sponges.
Yeah,
sponges
Yeah,
when you
Oh
want
yeah,
water,
Lord.
it has
I
like
yeah.
just
it
it's
has
very
sponge.
uncomfortable that was even shared on Twitter. Somebody shared a young girl like that, because honestly, whoever shared that probably should get punched in the face. But
Mhm.
straight up, because she's a young girl. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna break this down to everybody, right? And I said this last time. From 8 to 21, you're a juvenile. From 21 to 28, you're a young adult. And from 28 on, you're an adult. It's a 3-tier
Yeah.
system. A judge tried to implement that years ago. A judge named Johnson in Massachusetts. It keeps all juveniles and every young adult kind of on a timeline to know where they're at in life. Problem is, kids turn 18 and they're told you're an adult. They're not an adult. They're still
No,
juveniles,
not up here.
right?
They're not.
And then when they turn 28, they're young adults. You know what I mean? 28 on, they're adults, excuse me. And so the point is that she's a juvenile, and this is affecting her, and she said you don't know what the next person is going through, and here we are yapping, talking about who broke what case, who did this, who did that.
Right.
The story belongs to the O'Keefes and Karen Reed. Let's be clear.
Right.
It belongs to them. I don't know why people and the fact, see, it's back to this First Amendment bullshit, right? And listen, I don't think, to be clear, I don't think the First Amendment is bullshit, obviously. But what I'm saying is, I think that people hide behind it for being so evil, right? I mean, you can't be jumping on chats just saying whatever you want.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Exactly.
There it
It's
is.
the First Amendment.
Correct.
That's and the fact that people are endorsing that and saying, well, hey, that's First Amendment. Well, that's cool. That's cool. But that's what Karen Reed brought. Like, so we as a community in the Karen Reed, seeing the compassion behind it, the story got so many tentacles. You have a woman, Karen Reed, who had colon cancer, got her whole colon removed, got MS, right? Got a great family, getting set up for a crime. Then on the other side of it, you got John O'Keefe, who lost his life, got beat up by fellow police officers, left 2 kids behind, who lost their mother and their father, and now they're orphaned again. Then he lost, it's just like the story, the fact that you guys could even talk shit behind this, calling people the C word and and say James Jackson is a meth puppet and JFK lives in his car and Kevy Kev is this, and the fact that you can just kind of like, I don't know, is that you, Kevy Kev, with the helicopter? Who got the helicopter? It's not Kevy Kev. Someone got a helicopter over their head. But the point I'm trying to make is that I can't believe that this is where we came to, and people are delivering these messages and then saying in a way where they're delivering it in a way saying it's okay, chat, you could do whatever you want, I'm going to deliver it this way, now you guys can attack. And then when you mention it to them, hey, why are you coming at me, it's like, well, no, I'm not really coming at you, it's the chat can do whatever they want, I can't control that. And like I said earlier on, you could control the blow, and if you want to be like that, go ahead. If you want to be in, not have compassion, and your human behavior is messed up, your conscience is your karma, and good luck. Bad things are going to happen. I mean, I'm just telling you,
James, the only thing that you can control, you can't control anything about anybody else. The only thing you absolutely can control is how you respond to what happens around you. That's it. That's it. That's all you can do. So you can control your response.
I look around this landscape, and I ain't trying to cut you off. I just look around this landscape, and I cannot believe that people are just so wild in these chats. The shit they say, considering where this audience came from, considering the story behind it, and how much hurt and pains behind it all. It's wild.
Correct, and same with me. But you can't control, let's go back to Forrest Gump. Stupid is as stupid does. You can't control where these people are coming from, where the trolls are going to come from. The only thing you can do is control how you respond to it, right? So if they're going to come at you constantly with with the remarks, you can control how you respond. So, when the comments come at you, it's a reflection of how they feel about themselves. That's what I truly, firmly believe. Absolutely. So just don't take it personally.
Yeah,
it's hard.
I get what you're saying, Amy, but when it's live, most of the time people are reading the chat. So it's not so much so they're going off of whatever they're seeing at that particular time. When you're live by yourself, or if you're posting a comment, you don't have to hit send. You can reread it. You can proofread it, and then you can say it out loud. If it doesn't sound right, don't post it. I mean, whoever posted that, you thought that was okay to post a young girl and say,
yeah, I understand, and that's not right. I understand that's not right.
Yeah. So,
Bubba, what's up, brother? What you want to talk about, man? Talk to the people. We got a full panel.
Yeah, I got a full panel. Not much. I haven't been able to pay attention the past couple of days, but I just wanted to jump on and say what's up. And it seems like it's maybe a little calmer than it has been. What little bit I've seen, other than Aiden just turning on his Paul's girlfriend or whatever her name was. It looks like he's turning on her now, so he just uses them up, spits them out. It's kind of sad, but
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that situation because it's like what do you, like it's not a good situation all the way around, but it's like
right,
I could see that maybe the person was trying to help and try to get to the bottom of what happened, maybe, and thought that was the right thing to do. I don't know. But it should have been, like I said, I think a level of respect, Aiden, where he's at. I don't think that he should have even went that direction because it's
Yeah,
just
why
like in the
play
end,
games?
why
Mhm.
play the games? I don't understand like where he's at, like in the journalism part. I don't know why he would want to play them games when he kind of got out of the drama part and he elevated, but he
right.
constantly wants to circle back to that. And it's like, that could come back and bite him. That's all. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, as a fan of Aiden, like I said the other night when I was on, man, like Aiden, if you're listening, man, get back to your roots, dude. Like he's got to be bigger than this bullshit and just
I
turning
mean,
on
those are
everybody.
his roots. Sorry. Hi, Bubba.
Well, yeah, I'm not from Mass. I'm from
Hi,
Kentucky, so
Well,
I mean, it's
well,
no
Bubba,
shade.
Bubba,
It's
I'll
no
say
Kentucky
this.
in the
shade.
I'll
house.
say this. I'll say this, Bubba. Go back 5 years on his timeline and go watch some of the videos, and you'll see exactly
yeah,
what's coming back. His muscle memory. His muscle memory is to attack.
Mm.
Period.
yeah, yeah, I understand.
But that
I
comes from a place of hurt too, right? Like, I mean, like I'm a big proponent of what you dish out, you better be ready to take. So, in some respects, like, and this is for all content creators, period. I heard it from one content creator and he made a valid point. When you go into the business of talking about other people's business, be prepared that your business will be put on blast. That's just period. You are collecting that karma in the sense of like you're attracting that energy.
Yeah.
So if you put it out there that your business is to call this one a ratchet, this one this, that, and the third,
Yeah.
you better be prepared for that energy to come back to you and you better be ready to handle it because you can't cry
Mhm.
victim when you're putting that out there. The universe is very simple. It's as above, so below. So
Yeah.
if you really want to go there,
Yep.
you're opening that door. So to see him go there knowing how much he's elevated is more because in my opinion it's like a self-sabotage thing that he has, like people who aren't used to having something or don't know what's right in front of them are the first to like destroy it. And sometimes it's the people around you that will convince you and kind of manipulate you because look, the devil loves the devil loves to be sneaky and loves to come through all directions.
Yeah.
And if he has a bigger purpose, which I do believe, like, look, this man has done a lot for caring for himself, for a lot of people, right?
But
But
that's
it's
Mhm.
let
those
me
same.
just can I just
Yes,
hop in right
please.
there? That's the thing. Like people will say that this benefited a lot of people. Like we talk about the fundraisers and we talk about what's been done, but it benefited a lot of people. Let's just stop the pity party and let's stop the,
Mm-hmm.
the manipulation.
Yeah.
And just to I'm just jumping in right here. Jackie Atkins says TB should just go to jail for 105, right? 105
No.
years, right? First off the bat,
No,
let's be clear. Let's be clear. He's not going to get 105 years in jail. That's
no,
overkill.
No.
The most he'll get in jail, even if he lost trial based on his record, is a 5 to 7. That's the most he'll get. I bet you he ends up with a 2 to 3. Like he will not end up with a 10-year bid over this. Like that's just my opinion. Like I said, that's based on the knowledge how I know how Superior Court works. He has no prior criminal record. You can't sentence somebody with no priors. You got to take everything into accountability. Now, you know, if I'll tell you right before it comes down to trial, they're gonna come at him with a plea, and he might end up copping a plea because if the plea is like say 5 years probation, no
yeah,
time, you might just take it at that point to get it over with, move on with your life, right? So
yeah.
this
And keep
hundred
him
and
on
five
paper.
year, yeah, this 105-year thing, man, is just overkill. We need to calm the fuck down. He's definitely not getting 105 years.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
I agree. I mean, he does have to stop also projecting that energy too. Like, are you asking the universe that that's what you want, bro? Like, stop.
Yeah,
Just
he's
like,
not
just
getting
You
stop.
are
100.
correct.
105 years.
You
Like,
you know,
stop.
I do some videos on my I mean I'm nobody. I'm nothing. I put little videos every morning. I do a morning message. James knows I've been doing that. Kevin knows I do a little message every morning, a morning message. And my thing is you put good out, you put kindness out, you get good back. And so every day I do a little sweet little message for people to focus on something nice. And just want to say, Becca, I just want you to know I got in touch with Samantha Beningo, who does the I Don't Belong Here show on YouTube. I sent her a very lengthy email about everything that's going on with links and everything about your cousin. And I'm hoping to hear back from her. A good friend of mine is her mod, and so she gave me her personal email. So I sent everything to her right up to the recent stuff that's happened. So I'm really hoping that she'll hopefully look into that and get back to me.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
I really hope it goes somewhere. I can't promise anything, but she's amazing, and she does very in-depth, research into these things, and so
Now,
I'm hoping that she will
you're in
look into
Essex
that.
County, right, Amy? You're in Essex
Yes,
County?
I'm in Beverly. Yeah, I'm right in Beverly.
That's awesome. Thank you
Stone's
so much.
throw from Billy and Bobby's. Yeah, no, please, are you kidding me?
You're
I
right next
really
to Bill and
do.
Bob's, you said?
Stone's throw from Bill and Bob's in Salem. Yeah, right over the bridge.
Can you do me a favor and get me a large roast beef with
Whatever you need, babe. What are you going to bring? You want to bring it to? You want some cheesers and everything?
I want the little cheese bites too, and I need that. I need
God
that
damn.
well done,
What?
like with the sauce.
You listen. You write a list. You write a list because I'll tell you, my girl T is surprised. She surprised myself and my daughter Ruby with tickets to come to the thing on the 24th. So I get to come and my daughter gets to come and we're going to be there. So whatever you need, we'll get it. We'll bring it that night. You want Billy and Bobby's? Done.
Yeah, so there's about 80 people on the list, so we need about 80. No,
God
for
damn
real.
it.
there's
I'll
80
take a fountain root beer.
we need 80 rows. We'll do juniors, maybe larges.
Junior three-way.
God
So let me
damn.
swing it around the room. We got Hilo girl up here. I know she wanted to talk, and then I want to talk to Becca real quick because Becca is in the middle of this police chief resigning. LTL sent me some stuff. LTL sent me
Well,
something.
I'll let you guys go. I'm gonna call it a night, anyways. I'm acid. I'm a little tired, so I'm gonna call it a night. I love all of you guys.
Yeah, thank you for
Bye,
coming up,
Becca.
Amy.
Bye, Amy.
I'll see you guys on the party.
All right,
Have a
cool.
good night.
From everyone in
You
my
You
family, we
too.
appreciate it.
Mwah. Love you. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Good night.
Let me throw
What's
Rachel
up,
up here.
Hilo
Rachel,
girl?
what up? Rachel, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All
Can
right,
you
so
guys
we're gonna
hear
swing
me?
it around the room. Let me talk to Hilo girl. What you want to talk about, Hilo's girl?
Can you hear me? Just
Yeah, we
want to make
can.
sure. Okay. Um, I'm very offended by this comment right here that's still on the screen. Love him
Oh,
or
sorry. Let
hate
me
him,
take that.
Aiden
Yeah.
does not like. If you read the mega motion and you read the facts that go into this case, he does not like. There's a lot of bullshit that's going on. Like there was a whole hell of a lot of bullshit that was going on behind the scenes. Like Proctor literally, like they couldn't figure out any other way to get rid of him, so they arrested him. Like that's the truth of the matter.
Okay.
I'm like I said, love him or hate him. I don't agree with a lot of. I don't agree with him politically. I don't agree with Aiden when it comes to him talking about addicts because I'm a child of an addict, and or recovering addict, I should say, and that kind of stuff extremely hurts my heart. But at the same time, and yes, like the story, today I had to laugh at it. I'm not gonna lie, it was hilarious in ways, but at the same time, and I know she's in your chat sometimes, so I apologize if that offends. I I just realized that my mouth is not working with my brain right now.
Cool. Who are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm lost too. I'm wondering
When
who.
the woman that
The woman
Aiden wrote
the woman he exposed, the one that was with Paulo Keith. That's what she's
the
talking about.
article that came up.
Yeah, the
Oh,
article.
Okay. Yeah. L Woods, right?
That
Yeah.
was Paula Chief. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
but I mean, yeah,
So
it is. But so you think it was okay that for? Let me just ask you this, right? Whatever she did, was
All
it
right,
okay
Hilos
that
girl.
was it okay that she that Aiden basically kind of used her to get what he wanted from her. And then when he was done, he didn't like a few comments she had made. So now it's time to. I mean, I just don't understand stuff like that. So I'm asking your opinion because I'm learning. I'm still a journalist, Tim. I am learning. So what do you think about that?
That's my thoughts exactly, James.
I agree. I'm so confused about like if it was like I always just think about it like I always try to be mindful like if I'm gonna think of what somebody else is going through, like if that was me, how would I feel? So if he doxed me, I would not be happy about it. Or if he doxed anybody, any one of my friends or family members, just anyone, I wouldn't be happy about it. But granted, this is the path he chooses and this is what he chooses to do with his life. So be it. He has a right to do that. But I mean, just on the spiritual level, the karmic level, that comes with real consequences. And
what about the level of civil court though? Like of Karen Reed, like they're connected at the hip. Like, what does it make it? It makes it like a circus for her, like a shit show.
Where is Mark Bettero?
Here they are trying to do a doc.
Bettero?
Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's not a good look. Like he just sold out the Wilbur Theater, and I hate to keep saying that, but I mean, how much? Like if you do the math, right? Like I'm just saying, if you do the math on the tickets and how many seats, think about how much paper he walked away with. Listen, I'm not trying to count any man's pockets. I'm not weak. I listen, Mark Wahlberg. I talked to him last night, and he's got 300 million. I don't give a shit. That doesn't make a difference to me. You know what I mean? So my point is like. At the end of the day, like I'm not counting his pockets. I'm just saying, like you're making money. What does this got to do with anything? That's all. Like it's actually can make you lose money in the end. That's just my opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
I get what you're saying, and like I said, I shouldn't have. I don't agree with his tactics.
I don't agree. I don't think anybody agrees with his tactics, and I think 105 years is a long shot. But he brings it on himself, and
but I don't think
the truest thing Karen ever said was, "I got into it with Aiden," as everyone eventually does. Like that's the truest words Karen's ever said because everybody he's crossed, he's been into it with, and like, why would anybody have anything to do with him or think they could trust him? Like, are they going to be the one that that? Like how long before him and the glare have a falling out? Like it's already on the cusp.
Listen, let me tell you something.
It's going to happen. It's a matter of when.
There's things that being sent to me on the glare that is crazy, and I'll just say that, and I'm not even going to entertain it because, I think he's already in a dark place right now. But I'll tell you this much: if Turtle Boy and him end up going at it, and he decides to pull that up like he did with us, it's ugly. It doesn't look good, man.
I know it's good. I think Will's a good dude. I at his core, I really do. And I think he's getting used just like anybody else. And you think Better Row would all them like they're obviously Better Row's gonna get paid from him, but I would say their spidey senses are going off. Like everybody he crosses path with ends up, or Aiden always comes out smelling like a rose, and everybody he interacts with is just the worst person ever.
Well, let's not forget the glare is a witness in one of his cases coming up, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I hate to say it like that. He like. I don't even want to say it because it probably would come out wrong, but he dodged the bullet on that. Put it that way. Let me swing it around the room. Rachel, what's up? What you want to talk about?
Hi. Yeah, I didn't want to come on super long. I'm a single mom of two, so I take my sleep, as much as I can get. But no, I really wanted to hop on from the last stream and say thank you to all you women because I felt so violated from that stream, like so much. My son, he's going to be 4 in December, and he has autism and severe ADHD, and just hearing all of your guys' stories was so just helpful to me, and like just reassuring that, like, obviously I know there's so many other people in the world who struggle with that, but just hearing it, and it was so awesome to hear that stream.
That is great. We're happy
Yeah,
that you
that's
got
awesome.
you like we're happy that you felt, like you got informed a lot, and it is great how like when you hear other people's stories, other people's backgrounds, other people's kids, what they're going through, and we learn from it. We learn from other people's experiences, and I'm glad that you were happy with that show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I just wanted to thank you guys.
that means a lot. I'm glad that people that were watching are listening and they can resonate with what, like you're not in this alone is what I'm trying to say. And,
Right. Yeah, and you
have other
know that. Like obviously I
hard.
know that, there's so many people who struggle with this, but I haven't put myself in any type of like support groups or like Facebook groups. But
But you're
after
here
hearing
now.
that, it made me
You're
Yeah.
it
here
definitely
now.
made me want to because it felt so good. And Becca, I also wanted to say, so my son just recently, maybe like the past 2 months has been struggling with, I believe, are absent seizures. His pediatrician thinks so, and he's only dealing with it at school. And you mentioned your daughter has them several times a day at school.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
So,
And does she
that's actually
mainly only have them
found
at
out.
school?
Well, we found they're more at school because they're expected to be like doing work versus at home. It's just playtime and in your own zone. But the she would have never gotten diagnosed had she not had a seizure in school. I don't want to say never, but I mean I wouldn't have found out as soon as I did. Um, which to me felt late. I felt guilty when she got diagnosed because she was 6, and I feel that she could have had it once I got educated on it a lot sooner than 6 years old. But she had a seizure at school. I had brought her to the pediatrician, and I let her explain herself what happened, and she had said that she had ringing in her ear, and the doctor had said that he recommends that she sees a neurologist and have an EEG done. So I had taken her to a hospital in Boston, and they gave her an EEG test where they like put 26 different things on your like little wires. They like put them on your head, and they did a bunch of tests. And it's a sleep deprivation test, so she has to stay up all night long the night before, and then go in the next day without falling asleep to do the test there. And yeah, they had just immediate before I even got home from the testing, they had called me and said, your daughter has epilepsy. It's this and that. She's going to need to be on this medicine. It was a lot to take in on a drive home, sitting in traffic. So,
Right. Yeah, no, I totally get that.
but
Yeah,
definitely keep advocating. If your
right. Well, that's
pediatrician
what's
thinks,
so
ask for a
difficult.
referral.
Yeah, so what's so difficult is my son, he's in like I don't know if you've heard of early intervention or anyone
Mm-hmm.
whose kid has like an
Yeah,
IEP has
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
been part of early intervention.
Yep. Yep.
Um, yeah, and the problem is he's only experiencing this at school, and they sent me videos, and I showed his pediatrician, I showed my mom, and they're like, yeah, that definitely looks like absent seizures. And unfortunately, like I can't be there to like figure out what's triggering him, and they're so focused on other kids that they can't figure out what's triggering him. And he has such a lack of communication because of his autism that he can't communicate to me like what's wrong with him, and all he does is he gets so anxious when he has to go to school, and he used to love school, and when this all started he like has like an anxiety attack because he's scared, and he can't explain to me like what's wrong with him, and it's just such a struggle.
Anxiety actually is like it's a trigger to those types of seizures too. So that is something that I learned through that is that anxiety can trigger a seizure. So that's something, but just definitely keep advocating for your child. And I would talk with their pediatrician about a referral to a neurologist because it was the greatest thing that I could have done for my daughter. And yeah, it answers a lot of questions. I mean, I'm still learning about it, So, I mean, she's 10 now, so she's been diagnosed with it formally for 4 years almost. And I still feel like I'm learning about it. So
Could I
it's a
just
lot.
pop in really quickly? I'm sorry to interrupt, but as I'm listening to like the kids and all of the issues that they're having, something that helped my daughter, and look, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not
The
professing that
feedback.
this is that me or
I was wondering if it was
Becca.
me. I
I
know
think
it
it's
was.
Becca. Hold on. Let me mute for a second.
Becca.
Yeah, it's Becca.
Becca, you got caught.
God
It's
damn,
okay.
Becca.
What the hell, Becca?
It's okay.
Honey, can I
But
just before you finish your thought, Bubba,
sure.
right? I know you. I don't know how long everybody got time. You know, I want everybody to get their time, right? So Bubba, I don't know what you're doing, but I think you work overnights though, right, Bubba? You said.
I don't. I'm a construction superintendent. We're building a new lock chamber on Kentucky Lake. I get up at 3:30 in the morning, but
Oh, that's what it was.
it's 10 o'clock here. I do get up early, but
All right, so let me just
yeah,
because I know you wanted to plug your daughter's fundraiser, so I just want you to get the floor real quick and say what you need to say if you got a dip. You know what I mean?
yeah. If you don't mind, I appreciate it.
Go ahead, Bubba.
Basically,
Come on, the floor's all yours, brother. Get it.
yeah, I appreciate it. So I'm a single dad. I raised my 17-year-old daughter. It's just me and her. Her mom lives in West Virginia somewhere, but she's going to be valedictorian. It's her senior year. She's striving to be valedictorian. We're hustlers, and she's a daddy's girl. But she's going to Europe next year, and we're doing a fundraiser for her tour. If people want to add me on X, Twitter, whatever you call it, I don't post much, but I did post a link that goes straight to the tour. If anybody could drop a couple bucks, the name is at Bubba Hodge, just like you see here. Or add me on Facebook. It's the same, Bubba Hodge, Marion, Kentucky. And
Natalie, if
if
you
you do,
can
if
get
you do,
on that, if you can get on that mods, I don't know if she's still in the chat, but Natalie, she's quick. I mean, if she's here, that will be up in a second.
I sure
But
appreciate it, man.
say
And
that
you know
again.
what
Say
it's
that
like
one more
raising a
time.
kid on your own. It's
Say
Bubba,
that
when I get
again,
a chance,
Bubba.
I'll look for you on Facebook and I'll
all right.
add you and I'll start sharing so we can get people like on a roll because that's awesome. And I gotta congratulate you for being, a single dad and doing what you're doing for your baby girl. And, she's gonna be valedictorian, like you said. So, congrats on your baby girl. And I hope she gets to go on this trip and everybody supports her 100%. I think she deserves it.
Yeah, I
Say
appreciate it.
that again. Say
She's
that again.
awesome.
I think I cut you off. Say that again, bro. I'm sorry. Where they can find you.
It's on X. It's just at Bubba Hodge,
Yeah, Pepper got it. Pepper
BUBBA.
got it for me. Thank you, Pep.
Yeah, and same thing on Facebook. It's Bubba Hodge, Marion, Kentucky. I'm with my beautiful blonde girlfriend in the profile picture, and you could see her like there's posts to it. You can see my daughter, my whole family. I got beautiful kids, and my other two are grown and married, but this is my baby. She's lived with me since 2014, and it's just me and her against the world. So
That's awesome,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Thank you,
uh,
Bubba, man. I
Keep up the
appreciate
good
it.
appreciate
work.
Everybody go support Bubba in the chat right now. Throw whatever you got at him. He's trying to, he is doing the right thing. He's a man's man, and he had some good
Hmm.
advice for Aiden tonight. And we're not hating on anybody. We don't want to see anybody go down
uh,
in flames.
I'm a
We just
fan.
want to, yeah, we just want people to move forward. That's all, and just handle their shit, so to speak. So, NY Jimmy, right? Let's
Yes.
go. What you want to say? Go ahead, break
So,
it down.
what I was going to say is that, a lot of what I've been observing with children in general, like with kids that are being diagnosed with everything, again, I'm not a doctor. I am not professing this to be medical advice whatsoever. But something that's been helping my own daughter, who has, I mean, it seems like ADHD is kind of passed down, and I'm someone who has it too, is practicing somatic exercises. So
How about
it's
listening
a
to the Stillmatic CD? Does that work?
I mean, listen, if
Listening
you
to
want
some
to do it
Nas, that
together,
always
let's
helps me out.
go.
Go ahead.
Listen, there's all different forms of therapy, right? But for kids, this is like using certain movements to help regulate their nervous system and kind of keep them calm. So especially with like anxiety, like if for my daughter is identifying what the problem is, right? So you're angry. All right, what we're going to do is 3 minutes. You're going to be throwing a pillow on the floor and let the rage out. It's almost working the emotion or the feeling out of their body. If she's having any type of anxiety, they kind of suggest like kind of soothing type of movements where you kind of rock back and forth or you give yourself like a really, really big hug. And I know it sounds very granola, but you know what? I ate the granola and it works, honey. Like it is very helpful. It's helpful at least to a point where children start to become aware of their own triggers and know how to heal and soothe themselves when they're experiencing them. They even have it for adults. You can do it together with your kids. And it's a good bonding way where you can start seeing the triggers before they happen and you know how to kind of handle it. So it's just a suggestion if, anyone's children's, look at me. Hi, can I speak English?
Everybody's
Anyone's
children, girl.
child, anybody's cheering are going through
Have
anything.
children.
It's yes, like it's the somatic exercises have been pretty helpful for not only myself but my daughter, and it's worth taking a look at. If you can Google it, you can YouTube it, I'm sure, and it's been helpful.
Rachel, I know that you want to get that full 6 hours, because I know by 6 a.m. the kids are going to be doing backflips. You want to add to anything?
Yeah, I have a my son's gonna be 4, and then I have a 6-month-old, so I got my hands quite
Oh
full.
wow, 6 months. Oh, he's right there.
Yeah.
He's still in the
Baby.
bed.
No, she's moved to her crib. She's an
Oh,
amazing
good.
baby. She's super easy. Yeah, she moved to
Lucky.
her
You got
bassinet
lucky with
pretty
that
quick.
one.
Yeah, yeah.
You got lucky. All
Not my
my
son.
kids,
My
man,
son,
were
I'm
in the.
still putting to sleep. Like I have to lay with him for a good hour before I'm allowed to
Oh,
leave.
God bless you, girl. God bless you. Where you from, if you don't mind me asking?
That's a hard question to answer. I'm originally from California and then moved to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania when I was 19, and now I recently just moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm
Awesome.
wearing a
Nice.
Hershey
You want to
sweatshirt
say
because
anything in close? You want to say anything in closing?
I love Pennsylvania. Just saying. Just
Oh
saying.
no, I love I
Before
love
I
the
let
East Coast.
before I
East
let you
Coast is
go,
the best coast for sure.
you trying to jump
Um,
off, or you trying to stay on? If you want to stay on, you
I'll
can
stay
stay
on
on.
for a few minutes. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
good.
cool. Go ahead. Talk what you ever want to say. Go ahead.
Oh no, I just yeah, no, honestly, I wouldn't. I mean, I always watch your streams, but I never think to hop on. But after I saw that stream, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sad I could not stay up. I missed it. I had to watch it the next day. And I was like, man, I wish I was on that panel because I loved that conversation. It was just so helpful. I mean, my whole life is I'm a single mom. This is what I do all day long. This is my entire life. So just hearing you guys talk about it was just great. But yeah,
Once
I'll let you
again,
guys.
making changes. Make a change. You can say whatever you want, Rachel. Make a change. It says, tell Rachel there's a lot of epilepsy support pages on Facebook. And let me swing it to our girl Becca real quick. Becca, so the police chief, right? He resigned. The statement is that the police chief in Haverhill, Massachusetts, has resigned. Mayor Melinda Barrett announced Thursday, hours after a union representing members of his department announced a no confidence vote in leadership. Barrett said she was hiring an outside investigator to examine concerns of the Haverhill Police Patrolmen's Association had raised, and now how the department operates. This results of the investigation will determine what, if any, or permanent action will need to be taken to ensure the continued safety and well-being of the officers and the public, she said in the statement. It wasn't immediately clear if now former Chief Robert Pistone had a comment. He hadn't responded to requests for comment made earlier Thursday. The turmoil at the Haverhill Police Department, would you believe it, comes soon after the death of Caitlin Tully, who, disclaimer, was there when our guy, our number one, Jigga, was killed by these motherfuckers, part of my language, whom the union referred in a statement as the person whose strength and spirit what the department workers strive to embody. While Barrett had early announced Deputy Chief Stephen Doherty at the Haverhill's acting chief of police, the union had voted a confidence in him as well. Doherty released a statement Thursday night acknowledging the vote in the pain and emotional strain behind it. I hear it, respect it, and take it seriously, Doherty said. Blah, blah, blah. So the point is, Tully dies, he resigns. They're doing an inside investigation of what's going on. And I think it's all triggered by Jigga, so to speak, because a man dies, 7 officers, she's there, she's helping giving CPR. Was she one of the people giving CPR to Jigga, Becca?
Yeah, she was. So, the only way that I could say that it's like other than video and matching picture to video, her family has confirmed officially, like to media sources, that she was one of the 7 officers. So that's the only reason why I say that it's confirmed. But other than that, I mean, it was easy to piece together through the videos. But yeah, out of the 7 officers, she was one of the only ones giving CPR, while EMS was watching her do it. And it looked like she was struggling, like that she was trying her hardest and that she didn't really have much help. So it's unfortunate for her passing, in my personal opinion. I do feel a lot of feelings like about it and towards her family. I feel so sorry for their loss. I'm sorry that we're now we all have to be going through loss in our family due to the outcome of one situation. Um, because I
What
don't think
exactly?
that she would
What
have
exactly
passed.
did she die from?
So I don't know yet. There's no autopsy like report, and I don't know if there will be. I don't know how that works when an officer dies unattended. That's what I saw in like news things when she passed. But it also was saying that she passed from suicide. So I took that very much to heart. It was killing me. Um, and then her family has been on the I'm on a lot of the Haverhill pages. It's like Haverhill 411, Haverhill Info. I'm on a lot of those pages just to kind of like observe. And her father and her sister have made a lot of public statements. And I think that they have a lot of reasoning behind why the police chief has stepped down because they know more than what we know. And but they say that I'm sorry, I trailed off there. They
That's
say
fine.
that she passed away from a stress-induced heart attack. I wonder why
Right.
that is. Her dad also mentioned
That's
online
crazy.
that the chief of police held a private meeting with the 7 officers and refused to or barred, his words were, the police union from joining the meeting. And he wrote that in itself as a violation. So I think that that's just a small little bit of this is all he's trying to either cover it up or who knows what. We don't have any answers. So I mean, who knows what? Your mind can only go so far as to what is going on, you know.
Mm.
So
Well, that's where we're
I
at
think
right now.
step on the right
Still no
direction,
answers for Jigga.
but
Still no answers
right,
for Jigga, right? Haven't got nothing for Jigga. We don't know what's going on, right?
nothing.
Um,
And we're
and
almost
then
coming up to the 90 days of the autopsy being performed too. I will say that on Sunday, it will be 90 days. And I know that we got what we got from the cause and manner of death. That is only partial findings. There's no autopsy report, medical examiner report that's been given to us. Those things were needed. Like that was just partial findings rather. Because there's a lot of trolls online that like to say that they've seen the medical examiner's report. It's that's inaccurate.
so there's no findings on what's going on. We're still at odds with that. The police chief resigns. What's the temperature in Haverhill like? I mean, you're not out there right now, obviously, but you got family out there, as they must be reacting to it, right? Like everybody must have a oh shit moment, right?
Yeah, I think that it's I'm a little nervous to go there this weekend. I'm not gonna lie.
So
I
yeah,
don't
why
know.
don't you talk about that? Why don't you talk about that?
This weekend we're having a standout. We recently changed them to monthly standouts in hopes that we would get more of a turnout. I am a little nervous in the sense of like there's a lot of people right now that are feeling a lot of sympathy for the officer who has passed, and as they should. That in
For
itself is a
sure.
tragedy. But I don't want them to forget or anyone to forget that it all stems from the passing of Francis. If Francis hadn't died, Officer Tully likely wouldn't have died.
How
And
crazy is that?
it's just it's all connected and it's really unfortunate.
So let me swing it around the room, and this is probably going to break up the vibes, right? It might change the whole subject when I go swing it to this woman right here. She goes by the name of Oblivious. I don't know what's going to come out of her mouth, but be clear, it's all in fun. What up, Oblivious?
God damn.
But actually,
Oh, goddamn.
goddamn, I come in serious this time
Okay,
because I sent you, if you look in the chat,
will do.
some links to some data that I found. So I just want to start with, and I apologize if I freeze a lot, my internet shit, but a while back you guys did an episode on Gigliotti, and I was in the chat and I was asking you questions and you were answering. And I told you, you said you wanted creators to cover it. And I was like, I will. I need to do some research, right? So without you knowing, I've been doing a shitload of research. And I
Awesome.
made some public records requests that I'm still waiting on about
Nice.
some of the incidents and the officers. And I pulled some history here and a couple of things just now while she was talking that I looked up just while we're on the subject. Caitlin I don't know if you guys saw this, but yesterday her dad gave an interview to the Eagle Tribune and
Really?
said, yeah, and here I'll send you the link in the back channel if you just want it and if you guys want to catch up, but I'll give you a rundown of what it says. It's pretty
Yeah, go ahead, break
interesting
it down.
because there you go. So it says the father of late Haverhill police officer Caitlin Tully says his daughter was among the 7 placed on administrative leave in connection with the July incident. Retired Lawrence police officer John Tully spoke Wednesday about the troubles his daughter and other involved officers have faced in recent months, expressing his disappointment with how Haverhill Police Chief Robert Pistone has handled recent crises within the department. And I was like, what crises? Because I do have a list of everything that's seemingly gone wrong in the past few years that could be precedent for Gigliotti's situation. And boy, howdy, did I find kind of some wild stuff. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty weird. So a couple of things to skip over. The district attorney, apparently, that is basically bringing forth the investigation for the homicide charge, right? Because they're calling it a homicide, so he has to do this internal investigation. The DA that's basically charged with working on this case is only one of 3 in Massachusetts, it seems ever, who went from lawyer or police officer, cop on the beat, like foot patrol, to esteemed lawyer and then district attorney. There's only been 3 that have done that, and he's one of them. And it's interesting because even though he's technically an old school cop and he's been, working in politics and law enforcement for over 30 years, he runs on a platform of treatment based and community based policing, which, if you ever took criminal justice, that's new, that's progressive, they've been trying to do it for 20 years. And it's a lot of like rehab based. We don't want to hurt people when they're in our custody. Non-violent offenders should not be harmed. We need to focus on getting people mental health care for not just them, but specifically, and this is where it applies to Caitlin, first responders. So I wanted to read to you some of his initiatives, and this guy's name is Paul Tucker. And I sent you an article called From Patrol Officer to District Attorney. And I'm just going to read you some quick bullet points because this is kind of crazy. He said that his groundbreaking initiatives, so these have never been done in Massachusetts. Wow, what a concept initiatives are. A specialized unit that addresses criminal issues through treatment, a nuanced drug policy that distinguishes between addiction and deliberate criminal activity. And that's very interesting because that's exactly what was missing in Gigliotti's case. If the first responders would have been trained properly to recognize either a drug crisis or a mental health crisis, they likely wouldn't have put their knees and the weight of all 7 of them in his fucking back in an enclosed area on a sidewalk, and they would have allowed the first responder, the only one, Caitlin, who was there doing CPR, which is part of the procedure. What they did, not part of the procedure, especially when someone's having a drug fit. Now, you may say, how did they know he was having a fucking drug fit, Kat? Let me explain. They knew that 1 hour before, a guy sold him drugs. There was surveillance in the area. They knew this. So, A, they could have nipped it in the bud and arrested them both during the drug deal, thus preventing this entire event, which I believe is negligent. Or they kept following him, busted the dealer, let him go into a drug-induced fit, and while knowing this, put 7 knees in his fucking back and all the weight of them, while the one person there to do CPR can't do it properly. You cannot do CPR on someone while people are sitting on them. It is counterproductive, you see? So it's very strange to me that this DA, who has a history with law enforcement, working directly with a lot of the people that are responsible, if you're going by rank and file, which is how these departments work, it's very strange that he is now a DA in charge of investigating and prosecuting this, should they decide, which, by the way, preliminarily, he says the evidence, it looks like they didn't do anything wrong. And I don't really think Caitlyn did. I think she was prevented. Based on everything I read, it seems like she was trying to do the right thing. And it's literally you're giving a toddler CPR, right? And someone just sits on the kid's face. Like, it's just not, it doesn't work. You have ruined the CPR. So it's strange that he focuses so much on distinguishing between addiction and deliberate criminal activity. Because if what Gigliotti was experiencing, which we now know based on toxicology results, right? A drug addicted fit, and they knew that he had been acting strange and had just purchased drugs, then by all means tell me how it is not negligent that they were not able to determine this groundbreaking initiative policy that they had been trained in, which is this a drug fit or is this deliberate criminal activity? And let's be clear, he wasn't actually doing anything criminal, right? He was just acting weird.
Yeah.
Like, am I wrong? That's it?
No, you're right.
Yeah, he wasn't a threat.
He wasn't a threat.
That's a problem. That's a major problem, because imagine you pull someone over because you're profiling them, right? They don't look right. Something's off. That's not probable cause. Like, how is this not, like, how are they on paid leave is insane, because also the policies and procedures manual for payment when someone is under investigation is paid leave. But the rules beyond that, especially when it's a homicide and it's determined a homicide, is no paid leave.
Mm-hmm.
So what the fuck? That's a problem. And if anything, if there is no homicide charge, which it seems like little cookie boy over here is just making up bullshit. He's making them take courses, I think, like sitting like a, you know, let's all get to know each other and talk about what sexual harassment is type of, let me point at the screen while you fall asleep course. But they're not enforcing any of this. And if they had, the next part would have probably made a difference in Caitlyn's life, because his other big groundbreaking initiative was to make sure that there is a professional licensing system for law enforcement officers that includes specifically mental health training to know when it's a mental health crisis, and then having someone who is a mental health first responder there should there be a drug-induced or mental health crisis, and then to offer mental health directly to the first responders, which would have been Caitlyn. So every single thing that he created that's groundbreaking, that changed this department, just went out the fucking window.
Yeah, it was never applied.
Ever. And so with that said, I mean, I would take it to the district. I would run a campaign with your platform. Your man on the street shit's hilarious. You know James loves to steal fucking banners. So I would go out. I would find every fucking DA sign for him in town. Anything supporting him.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I just found out about James. Like, listen, when I just saw that video like last week or whatever, I heard of that like a long time ago. I was pregnant like when the Red Sox won and all that, like 2018. I had heard about that, dude. And when I saw that video, I was like, no way. And then I heard you say we're working too, and oh my god, it was a great connection. That was hilarious. Thank you,
James. You working over there?
Yeah, I'm working too, man. You know.
I'm just saying, if he can extort money from the Red Sox, he can do anything. And I really do think that and he almost did. So I really, truly, I'm not freaking around. I think that you guys have great personalities. And this is me being sincere, not joking. You got men on the street vibes. Kevy Kev is literally your Kevin Smith. He's your Silent Bob. Everybody loves his wisdom. You could put him with some tarot cards and make a side hustle. You and Baby Jane and film it, please.
God damn, oblivious.
You could go steal car parts in the back, you know what I mean? Rip off Hondas, do what you need to do. But these two, in all seriousness, for all intents and purposes, the three of you guys could go out and do some man on the street shit just like once a week. Even take I saw you had Jigga's family member with you that time. Bring one of them. You could literally go to all the places that you went when you got the ricotta pie, everything. That funny homeless guy that was playing fiddle, whatever. Like, find these people, reconnect, and talk to people about, maybe pull out a petition to petition the DA or somebody higher up to hold some serious accountability. I would go higher up, or maybe have to outsource somehow. I'm not sure how that would work.
Yeah, but OB, you think people really want to hear from Nubs and what he thinks about political shit?
Yes, because a lot of people have really fucking deep thoughts, and some people judge books by the cover, right? Do you remember when you guys were down there and there was this girl who looked very well educated, very nice, beautiful nails, beautiful hair? She looked like she was prepared to answer your question, and she's like, I think fucking Karen Reed did it, probably, I don't know. And then she was just an idiot. And then I remember one time you talked to this guy that I was positive was homeless and on some sort of spice, and he had some fucking poetic shit. I was just like in my car, like, what? Like, it made me want to go back to school again. Like, I was just, and I've been back a lot, and I'm sitting there going like, this guy's like a fucking genius. Like, people get judged by what they look like, but I do think that people have deep political thoughts. Absolutely. And they have real serious thoughts about people who have been oppressed and people who constantly get breaks. And to just start that communication could get one person, or maybe 100 or 1,000, to care enough to literally go, I think I'm going to vote, or I'm going to register to vote. Finally, you could register people to vote out the motherfuckers that are allowing this. And I really, truly think you should pressure your local media, and in a way that they haven't seen. Like, literally have your viewers call and say, hey, we want you to talk more about Jigga. You should bring on these creators. Look, Ashley Barn Banfield's doing it. Like, fucking look, I would hit up Vinnie Politan. Like, I really think that you guys could.
James Jackson interviewed Vinnie.
Yeah.
Dude, James, use your hookup, steal Vinny's banner, but get in there and for real, like, you guys can put the pressure on this story. Just don't let go. Don't take your foot off their neck. Like, don't. And because this guy, I would bring up all these points. I would hose them with jizz on the local public media so that they have to respond. Make it embarrassing for them. And also, like, you're personable and you guys are very witty. People relate to that shit. Do you remember the whole, the best episode of Family Guy was when Peter gets that moment and he's like on the news and he's like complaining? And the best episode of Roseanne was when they give her that moment on the news. Like, you guys could get commentary all over the city and really make this case into something, because this is fucked. This is really corrupt. And it gets worse because
I mean, it's the tentacles. It's so attached. I mean, right down the street is Kelsey, right around the corner is Kelsey, and just to stop right there, Rachel Wallace entered the chat. I just want her to get her words.
That's
Rachel,
my
you there?
big sister.
Hey guys. I was trying
Rachel
to be
Wallace, some big sister. What's going on?
Hey guys. I was trying to be covert, but howdy.
How we doing?
I'm doing all right. This is a good chat you got going, and I really appreciate you guys covering our cousin's case.
Excellent.
Nice. Let me ask you this about you have any memories about Jigga that you would like to share? Like, tell us a little bit about him.
the funniest guy you know, bar none. Even in moments of crisis when others might not find humor, that was actually his strong suit. So we could
Nice.
use him in this moment.
I just want to add, my sister is from Canton.
I am. I'm
Oh,
from
yeah.
Salty. Don't put that on me. I'm from Salty. I'm not from Canton. I did go to Canton High School and marry a Canton man to my detriment.
God.
But anywho, yeah. So I appreciate you covering our cousin's case, and honestly, I think that some kind of pushback today with even the police saying that leadership is ineffective is it shows a lot of promise for the situation because we didn't I will reflect on it this way. We did not have that kind of response in Canton or Norfolk County in general with the other crises going on. And that has been not an immediate reaction with Jigga, but it came a lot quicker than what is going on in Norfolk County. And I'm glad there is that kind of response and recall immediately. It's a good
Nice.
thing to see.
Awesome. I appreciate the words for sure. Kev,
Yeah.
so where we at with this movement, like going forward? We got Jigga, we got Kelsey, we got some shit. We got James Jackson as an independent journalist. What's the next move? What type of advice would you give the people to hang in there? What should they do?
I mean, just hearing what Oblivious had to say. I mean, you know, that's some great research. And I mean, she highlights a lot of points with the leadership, and it seems like you know it was implemented in that in that county with this with this that chief or the what would she say, the DA, the DA's office.
Yeah, it's the district attorney, old Paul.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
Paul Tucker. He's a
yep,
motherfucker.
yep.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what seems to be is it's just these these let's say practices that they're supposed to be obtaining and abiding by, um,
Hmm.
they weren't used. Um, I mean, and it all
Nope.
stems back to, um, was it real? I mean, it could get deeper than that, for Christ's sakes. I mean, you know, they're all funded. All these trainings and all these you know situations. I mean, I'm sure there's funding for all this, and was all that funding put in the right spot? I mean,
Now, do you guys know where that funding comes from in terms of the state government, the federal government, and in terms of the police contract in Haverhill, their memorandum of agreement?
No.
Is it the select board? It's probably a select
I
board.
mean, in Canton, the memorandum of agreement, I do believe like the town doctor, like he writes them at the state level or something. I'm not sure if that is
Oh,
reflective in Haverhill as well, making it like a matter of public health, basically, as opposed to a matter of explicit law enforcement, if you will, because sometimes, especially when you're talking about mental health and the response to mental health, it really should be viewed from a public health lens. I
yep.
mean,
agreed completely.
And I mean, when you say something like the funding, I mean, I'm sure it comes partly from us taxpayers as well.
Yeah.
You know,
I hate to interrupt you, but I actually have something interesting to say about that, because one of the biggest, I call it precedent, but one of the things, the last big scandal before Gigliotti in Essex is probably the most interesting, because it's a civil service law violation, because a guy, so former Methuen police chief Joseph Solomon and former detective Sean Fountain were arraigned on corruption and fraud charges in 2023 because they hired 6 part-time officers, promoting them to full-time roles, which
Yeah.
is a violation of the law.
I read about that.
Then forged graduation certificates, which
Yeah.
is a huge, like, that's some Aunt Becky shit. Remember the school,
Yeah.
like
Canton resource
mhm.
officers. There's like a scandal with their baloney and
But the
being
crazy part,
certified as officers, and yeah,
yeah, but
it's
the
all very
crazy part
concerning.
is they hid all the police reports.
Yep.
They literally burned the documents. They were like, get rid of this. Like, remember when the FBI
Bonfire,
had,
baby.
when they had Whitey Bulger shit and they were like, burn it, put it in the safe. Like, it's
Hey,
gone.
listen. 4th of July is
Yeah.
coming. Somebody's got to do it.
That's crazy, because those fraud charges and forgery charges, they still haven't even finished investigating and charging and figuring out. And that was in 2023. And it's just pretty insane, because that's over everything from forgery to money to just hiding a botched investigation, which where have we seen that before?
Oh,
But it
yeah.
worries me with Gigliotti. I'm gonna be honest, it worries me because
It should.
that same department is failing yet again on a much worse level. And it didn't just fail Francis, it failed that officer. Like,
Undoubtedly.
it's so wild.
110%.
It's so wild. Like,
You're
this
very
is
spot on with it.
stacked. Like, it's like a case that's circumstantial, but in this case, there's a ton of physical evidence, but it's just like Canton in that
Well, keep in mind
someone was
the DA down the street is holding Kelsey Fitzsimmons without bail, like the DA's office. The judge is doing it, but it's still the DA's office over there
in a
pushing the
row,
case.
Don't get
Right.
me going.
so the
3
question,
counties
the
in a row,
question is,
3.
the question is, JFK, is which one of these DAs is going to do the right thing?
Well, it's not going to be Michael Morrissey, it would seem.
You know,
No.
I mean, and here's the thing, Paul on paper seems like a fantastic choice. But if you read Michael Morrissey's biography, it's just as sprinkled with unicorn farts as his. It's still bullshit. It's still fantasy. I've never seen one of those fucking things. Like, it's a unicorn. It's fake. It's bullshit.
How
Well,
about this? As somebody who's like a living victim in Norfolk County, what I've experienced from the justice system in the past 3 years has me deeply concerned before the presence of Sandra Birchmore, before the presence of the issues with Haverhill. And and what I've witnessed over the past 3 years has me deeply concerned that they are improperly allocating resources that genuinely should be designated for victims and survivors to I don't know, to misconduct, frankly, to covering up misconduct. Like, instead of radical accountability, we're getting unicorn farts, like Becca
Mhm.
said.
And you should have a
Goddamn.
crime victims fund there. And that crime victims fund should be funded by restitution, which is how most states do it. Texas does it. But you don't take from that fund. You can't reallocate. And it seems that Massachusetts has a habit of, hey, Chris Albert said he could take this fucking money. So bye. And that seems to happen
Speaking of
to
that,
different one in every town.
Chrissy!
speaking of that, right?
Crazy.
You
What do we
guys try
feel?
the mozzarella sticks. All right. The mozzarella sticks are great.
Oh shit! Speaking of Chris Albert, he came out of the federal building. What, a couple of weeks ago? No, like a week ago, he was walking out the Fed building. What was that all about? Anybody got any intel on that, or what do you think about him being in the Fed building?
He
Why
looked
is
like
he
he
everywhere? Why is he everywhere? Why are they all there? It just feels like everything. Sorry to interrupt. And nice to meet all of you if I haven't said hello to everyone. But
Queen.
Hello.
oh, hi. Oh my God, stop. It just feels like everyone's tentacles are everywhere. It's like literally like whack-a-mole. Like you are trying to figure out who it is, but it just everyone keeps popping up in the most random place. You're like, what are you doing here? It's such a tight-knit group of people who have clearly abused their power, and with great power comes great responsibility. That whole quote went one ear out the other because none of them use that or apply it to their own lives, and here we are. But my
Honey,
question,
there is nothing in between those ears to catch that information.
right, but my
Full
question is,
stop.
like, because I think it's not just in Massachusetts. I know in New York, in my own backyard, there's a lot of weirdo stuff happening here. It's everywhere, it's global. And at some point,
Yes.
all we can do is just try our best to raise awareness and make these observations and call them out. And yes, it's going to be met with resistance. And yes, people are going to come after you, but it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, the truth is going to be revealed. And obviously,
Exactly.
those who keep
Yes.
pushing back are the ones who obviously have the most to hide. So, is it a dangerous game to play? Sure. But I do believe that we're living in an age now where more and more people are waking up. Like, how is it possible that my money is being funded with these people are on paid administrative leave, even though they're complicit in some crazy nonsense and they have a union that protects them from being complicit in that crazy nonsense? Like,
Yep.
I don't get that money back. You don't
And
get
a
that money back.
statewide overtime scandal where they are
Exactly.
literally each giving each other more overtime than the highest paid detectives in the United States, which happened to be Jimmy Burke's crew in Suffolk County, New York, who happened to fuck up the entire Rex Heuermann Lisk investigation. He later went to a halfway house and got caught jerking off in front of the Vietnam
Oh,
Memorial.
God
They
damn.
isn't that
literally
lovely?
get paid more than that guy.
God damn.
It's
What?
That's
crazy.
a
No, and
problem.
look, and I knew
You think?
someone, and I just wanted to just make this observation about because I was reading the chat about how people are like, a lot of these officers are not equipped. You want to know why that is? It's because allegedly, for entertainment purposes, I may or may not know this. Okay, I'm just putting this out there, but officers tend have to take like 3 exams. There's a physical, obviously, you being able to shoot a gun, and then there's the mental. Even if you fail your mental, you can still get that job. So that already in itself tells you how corrupt, even from the beginning in the academy.
It's a
Like,
big
of course, the most sociopathic people or people with nefarious intentions. I'm trying to do my best, Hank Brennan, but I failed.
Especially if you're mental. They
Hey,
love
does
sociopaths.
anybody have a list of the overarching state police certification cheating scandal? I would love that.
They just signed off on tests. They did the same
I
thing with
know they
CDL
did.
licenses.
I
They
know they
literally
did.
just went, here, Mickey's cousin, give me a leaf blower in the back in 30 minutes. There
Oh
you go.
no,
You get
they
all-
did it for a 6 pack of
Yep.
Dasani water,
They
honey.
did it for Julie Nagel just to fucking roll up in the yard with some donuts on a Sunday. Like, these people are crazy. Also, by the way, the last two murder cop things that
Oh
went on in
God.
Essex, a wrongful death suit on behalf of the family of Sam Dunn in 2017, who died of a drug overdose in police custody because they
Yep.
bounced him around the van. And then they let an entire jail get Hep C. They
Oh,
said,
Oh my
everybody just
God.
have some Hep C. It's just
Sweet baby Jesus.
Hep C for
Yeah.
you and me.
And
Yeah.
Middleton.
Crazy.
Yep. That all
What the
happened out
fuck?
that way. And speaking of Chris Albert, to stay on his topic, what do we feel about Julie Albert? See,
Hey,
Julie Albert for me,
do you guys see my profile picture? Chris
no.
Albert? Are you guys a super fan?
Why is Chris Albert your AV pick right now?
Christmas
Oh
Albert.
no, it just Photoshop baloney. But carry on, carry
Oh,
on.
so Julie
Oh, I see
Albert,
it.
right? Julie Albert gets a phone call at 4:55 a.m. by Jen McCabe. Allegedly doesn't pick it up, right? That's what they testified to, right? She don't pick it up, but then she shows up at the house around 8:30, right? She sees Jen McCabe. She sees a missed call. She goes to get the donuts, 6 donuts. She loves the 6 donuts. What type of donuts does everybody like? I don't know. Me, I like jelly donuts right when they come out. Disclaimer. But the point is that
I ain't
she goes
saying
to get
nothing.
this. You need to calm the fuck down, right? So
They teach you that in jail? I'm
She
sorry.
was
I'm so
ready. She
sorry.
was ready. She's
God
ready.
damn.
God
yeah,
damn.
so she shows up at the house at 8:30, right? Kev, and she
Yep.
drops the donuts off. And she notices not only when she went to Dunkin' Donuts, she must have noticed the missed call from her best friend, right?
Yep.
She must have
Yep.
known at 4:55. Wow, my best friend called me, and no big deal. I won't call her back. Then she shows up at the house. Oh, wouldn't you believe it? Your best friend's car's in the driveway. And she doesn't
Oh.
even say, well, maybe I should go in the house to see what my best friend's doing here at 8:30 in the morning, considering we're all out the night before. She hit me up at 4:55. I didn't pick it up, which tells you that she did pick it up, but by law, she didn't pick it up. But I'm just gonna drop off the 6 donuts, open up this car door to this car that's got snow on it, that's frozen, and I'm gonna open it up, put 6 donuts in it and the coffee, and I'm leaving. But before I'm leaving out the driveway, what happens, Kev?
The door opens up.
What happens with the door?
Oh, we got Big Bad Brian A.
What
He's
does he
standing
say?
there. He's standing there, and he says, "Hey, come on inside. I want to talk to you."
What do you want to talk about? I just dropped off the donuts. It's a ritual.
Well, just come on inside. Get warm. Something happened to John.
What? Something happened to John. John who?
Fuck, right?
Damn.
And that's
How
what
many
that's what
fucking
she
Johns you
testified
know?
to. So she walks in there and he says something happened to John. She says, John who? And when she walks in, she sees Higgins, Big Bad Brian A, Nicole, and yeah, everybody's sitting there. Oh, and Jen McCabe and obviously Maddie McCabe. And so is that the most fucking like if you just part of my language, ladies, if that it is that the most craziest story you ever heard in your life? Like that alone, someone needs to throw Julie Albert in a room, right? Two federal, whoever they are, 2 cops, and just need to drill because that tells you that she was
Free
way
Julie.
right. That's she was involved in this more than anybody because look at the
Dude, she
tentacles.
should go to prison for bringing Dunkin'
God.
Donuts. That's so fucking nasty. I would never
Hey,
allow
hey,
that. I'd be
stop
like,
hating,
get that
stop
shit
hating
out of
on
Dunkin'
my
Dunkin'.
Donuts
house.
is nasty. Country
No,
Yeah.
don't hate
Kitchen
on my
is
Dunkin'.
clutch.
Oh, you guys don't
So
know
what do you
what's
guys? Let me
out
swing it
there.
around the room. Let me swing it to the unforgettable. What do you feel about that story? Does that make any sense to you?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Like you just gotta drop off coffee and some donuts right in there, and hey, they're all here. They're inviting me in just to tell me something. That
And
makes no sense to me. Like
keep in
this
mind
is
that
a
it's 8:30 on a Saturday morning. It's not
straight
a
fact.
weekday. It's on a Saturday morning. What is she doing there? And there's a missed call on your phone. And then
Yeah.
you've seen the car, and the first thing you do is not knock on the door to your family because your husband is Big Bad Brian A's brother. That's your family. It's not like it's an awkward situation. Your kids are his kids' first cousins. So what is
This
going on?
is the way I see it. I see it like if I'm dropping something off for my family, the first thing, this is the way I see it, like realistically. If I'm gonna drop off something for my family member, I'm gonna go to their door and bring it to their house. Why would I just throw it in a fucking car? That just
Mhm.
makes no sense to me.
In a snowstorm, North Shore said,
Yeah,
mind you,
exactly. And at 8:30 in the morning, and on top
on
of
a
that, like you
Saturday.
guys were all partying the day before, like, and all of a sudden you have missed phone calls. Wouldn't you want to know what the hell's going on? I would. If somebody's calling me early in the morning, I want to know what the hell is going on. I'm not just gonna drop
But
off
if you
something in a
pulled up,
car.
but hold on, but if someone's calling you early in the morning, and you not only do you want to know what's going on, it's your best friend calling you at early in the morning. But
Mhm.
so you don't call your best friend back, but when you go to pull up to your brother-in-law's house, your best friend's car's in the driveway, and you don't go to the door to see what the hell it's all about.
Yeah, why you call me at that time? I want to wonder, like I'm wondering why you call me at that time exactly. If I was to see my best friend is in the driveway, I want to go in there and wonder what's going on. I'm not just gonna drop off these donuts in the car and just kind of like brush it off. Like it just makes no sense to me. Like if somebody calls me at a certain time and then I see that they're somewhere where I'm going, why wouldn't I just go inside and have this conversation or whatever, talk to them and wonder why you called me at that time? It makes no sense to me.
That's right. And
What?
someone in the chat earlier tonight said it's our natural instinct to
Yes.
always know
Mm-hmm.
the answer. You know, I mean, it just blows my mind.
Can I say
What?
something? I've
You
been
say whatever
holding
you
on to
want.
something for like the whole time. I really like Oblivious Benson. She has a lot of knowledge. She's smart. I like how she's
Aw.
looked into things. She's done a lot of like research. And I like the fact that she was pointing out for Becca and Jigga's family, like, you guys should go to higher ups. And let me tell you something. Out of my own experience, she's totally right. And I'm gonna, tell you guys something. My daughter, she's 15. She had, and let me tell you, corruption is everywhere. I live in the town of Chelmsford right now. I'm originally from Lawrence. And let me tell you something, it's everywhere. My daughter had a car accident on May 2nd. She got off the bus. She's walking into the gas station next door, like she's minding her business, listening to her music. Some idiot pulls up and hits her with the mirror behind her head,
Oh,
the mirror of
shit.
his truck,
Oh my
right behind her
God.
as
Yo,
she was
hold
driving.
on. I covered your story on my channel. I covered
Really?
that. Yes, dude.
Girl.
Dude,
That's
that
crazy.
was like, that's crazy because I was like, look at
That's
this son
wild.
of a bitch just hit a child in
Dude, yes.
Massachusetts.
And he
And doesn't
bounced.
she,
He bounced.
he goes up to her though, like to the window though, right? And is like yelling something, like something.
Yeah, he told my daughter. So he told my
Wait, this. Oh,
daughter.
hold on. I gotta stop. So wait a moment. You just got done saying that you appreciate Oblivious Benson, and you think
Yep.
she's the most intelligent person as she's walking to the ring
Stop.
holding an intercontinental championship,
I'm high.
and right, and and then come to find out she covered your daughter's story. I mean, what's the
God damn.
chances of that?
Well, I'm
The
That's
gonna tell you right
universe, the
crazy.
now.
universe.
Tentacles,
I
JFK.
and
Tentacles,
I and I
tentacles.
and I
God damn.
and I appreciate you covering that story. Let me tell you something. She saw it, and JFK, James, Kev, anybody that's on the panel, you want to see the story? It came out on the news.
It
She's
was.
right. Oblivious
Was it
is
a
right.
black truck? Was it a black
It
truck
was
or
a
a white
so
truck?
yeah, I found it
It was a
like I
black
found
truck.
it weird. Yeah, it was a black truck. I found it weird, right? Because like my daughter got struck and she texted me at that time. I was working. She's like, Ma, I got hit by a car. And I'm like, no, I'm freaking out. I'm at fucking work. I'm like, what do you mean? Call me, girl.
It
Like
was
she's in the gas.
hard. It was
Yes, he hit her
hard. It
hard.
went
He,
whack.
And
he
And
literally
let me
bent.
just stop you guys right quick. Everybody that's in the chat, we got 942 people in the chat. I need everybody to go to Oblivious Benson's page and go subscribe to her page. She's got
Definitely.
hella
Everybody go
content,
subscribe.
right? I keep forgetting. Oblivia's got great content. She's
That's
funny as hell.
crazy.
Go check her out. Go subscribe to her right now. One of my
Hey,
mobs
thanks.
throw her link up. Go subscribe. Go jump off. Go subscribe. Come back. But go ahead.
I
I'm
feel like
sorry.
I'm meeting a
Unforgettable.
celebrity, dude. I recognized you too on the panel. I was like, how do I know her? I probably
Yeah,
saw her
well,
at a
let me tell
select
you
board
guys
meeting.
something.
Whoa.
JFK, none of you guys know this stuff, but like literally, like I found it all. And so I told my daughter, like she called, I said, call me, like what the fuck? Because I'm freaking out as a parent. She texted me that. So I'm like freaking
That's
out. What the fuck?
crazy. This
So
shit's
she calls
crazy.
me up and she's like, Mommy, I'm dizzy. She told me, Mommy, I'm dizzy. I'm
Bendito.
not feeling well. And I said, Mama, because I wasn't home, there was nobody home. I said, listen, do me a favor, stay right there at the gas station. I'm gonna call the cops, which my kids don't trust out here because we've had past like situations with them. You feel me? So she's like, Nah, Ma, I don't want to stay here. I don't trust them. Like I'm scared. Like I don't want to be here by myself when they come here. And I said, listen, grab what you got to grab from the store and just make your way to the house and go ring our neighbor's doorbell and I'll explain to them and then I'll call the cops and I'll call the ambulance, right? Scope this. Scope this. The dude, my daughter tells me, the dude whacked her across the head. After he whacks her fucking across the fucking head, he goes to reverse, barely missing her again. So she has to, like, she was like in shock. She just stood there. She walks around his truck. He barely missed her again. He pulls up his glasses. My kids are like smart. Like my kids were raised in Lawrence. Like these kids know when a person's drunk, when they're high, they know. So my daughter was like, she looked like she said that he looked like he was kind of like impaired, like his eyes. She could tell by his eyes. So he pulls up his glasses and he's like, "Oh, are you okay?" And my daughter's like, "Are you fucking okay? You hit me with your fucking truck." And
Yep.
she walks away. She's like, and so she fucking walks away. And if you guys, I'm gonna send you guys the link so you can see the videos. Yo, he literally almost missed her again, pulling into the gas pump, like into the
3
gas pump,
times.
God.
And he
3 times.
peeled out. He was like, "Pew." That
No,
was
and then
fucked
I
up.
got the video of this
Mm.
motherfucker. Like he opens it. So I'm looking at like he opens the fucking truck, and when he opens the truck the door, at first I see him fucking with his mirror. He hit her so hard, his fucking motorized mirror pushed inward. From the video, you
Wow.
can't see he's coming in fast.
Was it the
You can't.
passenger side? Did he have to like reach
Yes,
across? Yeah, I remember that.
yes.
And also,
So
it thwacked her so hard. We talked about CTE on that stream. I was like, I hope she didn't get a concussion. I hope
she
she
did.
didn't go
She
to
did.
sleep.
She ended up
Oh,
with a fucking
fuck.
concussion. So scope
Oh my
this.
God.
So I get the video of this motherfucker. He's fucking with his mirror. You can see the mirror is closed completely. Like those are motorized mirrors. It takes a lot to fucking close those mirrors. Because I went and I went to do like a study. I went to a fucking dealership and went and checked out one of the same trucks, the same year and everything. To push that mirror in, you have to hit something pretty hard. Even though it doesn't look in the video like he's going pretty fast. So and how the fuck do you miss a fucking kid in daylight, in broad daylight, in a gas station driving? I just don't get it. But anyways, he
Well, we had
opens
just
his.
talked about ARCA too, and they hit John, and they were trying to say that could, and then your daughter's case popped up next in the algorithm. People getting
Yeah.
hit by vehicles in
Wow.
Massachusetts, and I was like,
So
"What
so
is this?" Jesus, that was fucked
so
up.
he opens the door. He looks up at the mirror. I'm not the mirror. That there's like a camera above the gas pump, and he looks up, looks over at his passenger side, like he's fussing with something in the truck. Then hops up the truck, looks up again, hops back into the truck, reverses and fucking bounces. That's a hit and run in the state of
Yep.
Massachusetts. You didn't exchange your information. There was personal bodily injury. You didn't even ask to contact me. You didn't call the police on the scene. By the state of Massachusetts, it's a fucking considered a hit and run with bodily injury. So mind you guys, where I'm getting at with this, right? Finally the ambulance, the people fucking get here, the people that were investigating, whatever, and they're talking to me over the phone. Mind you, I've never heard in my life an ambulance person tell me that they can't take my daughter to the fucking hospital because I'm not personally there. I've never heard this shit in my life.
Wow.
So
But she was a minor, right?
yeah, she's 15. So
Right.
let's say
So what?
yeah, so let's say if my daughter's like driving a bike and she gets hit by a car and I'm not around, are you not gonna take her to the hospital because I'm not around? And it made no
Also,
fucking
what if
sense.
she had internal bleeding? What if she had I mean, thank goodness she did, but what if she's bleeding in her brain? What if she's literally, what if she has what is it called? Where it's like people
Brain
skateboard,
swelling,
hit their
anything.
head. Yeah. It's like like literally it can take an hour, it can be 12 hours, and then boom. Like,
Aneurysm.
Baby
yes,
girls start waving
this is
around their
crazy.
contract and pointing out the negligent
Baby
failures
girl,
that
you don't
are
even know.
occurring.
This is what I'm saying. So I'm getting to the, like the root of all this, how
Oh.
this all fucking turned out. So they didn't take her. Boom. They made me sign verbally, and by the state of Massachusetts, you need to get a signature for like a sign
Yep.
against medical advice because they wouldn't take her. So they fucked up right there already then and there. Now, here comes the two fucking investigators, the cop and everybody. So like now I'm calling Chelmsford police. I'm like, yo, I want to fucking get like, I want the driver's information. I want
Now,
the
be
driver's
clear.
information.
Chelmsford, for people that ain't from Massachusetts, Chelmsford is next to a city called Lowell, Mass, and it's in
Yeah.
Middlesex County, and it's got and it's right by the Lowell connector. So you're like in a town that kind of shames Lowell, right? Like you move to Chelmsford. If you from Lowell, the Chelmsford police kind of got an attitude, no?
Yeah, so I'm so that's why my daughter was scared to fucking like deal with the police because like we're from Lawrence, bro. We moved here like what, almost 8 years ago, and it was like it's fucking odd, you get a different vibe from these cops, you're like an
Feel like
outsider
an
to these people.
outsider. Yeah.
Yeah, because let me tell you something. All these people here in Chelmsford, they all go, and let me tell you, there's good people here in Chelmsford. I'm not gonna shit on Chelmsford. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna put that shit out there. But there's good people, there's bad people. Everybody grew up together around here. Everybody raised their kids together. Everybody, plays sports together. Their kids, like they all grew up together, went to high school together. So everybody fucking knows each other. So now, mind you, I come. And what I do is I call the fucking police department. I said, I want the fucking driver's information. So the dispatch is telling me, nah, I'm not sure if I can give you that information. I was like, what the fuck do you mean? My daughter got fucking hit. I need this driver's information. I found it odd, just in general, their behavior.
Mhm.
And I'm like, what is going on here? And he's like, the police report is cleared. If for all you that know, when a police report is cleared, that means they finished their investigation. It's the end of it, period. And I gotta wait until Monday or Tuesday to get it from like the people from the records department. I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. So on Saturday, the following day, I go next door to the gas station and I request video. And I started getting all the videos. But before I did, and when I got those videos and I saw the way this motherfucker hit my daughter, I fucking put a post. There's a town page called Chelmsford News. And I put a post and then I said, the motherfucker that hit my daughter with his fucking truck, I'm pressing charges on you. So I see that I posted it, and you know what happened? 10 minutes later, I get a phone call from a Chelmsford Police Department. 10 minutes later. And he's like, so he started like talking to me, smooth talking me. I'm like, listen, motherfucker, I want that fucking driver's information. He looks like a brother of a cop, or he looks like he's related to a cop. Because in Chelmsford, my dad came into Chelmsford with his tinted that are not that dark, and he got stopped. Those tinted windows are blacked out. So that tells me something. That's a sign. First of all, they told the fucking clerk next door that they didn't see the fucking license plate on the truck. And when I got the video, I can see it clear as day. Okay. So these motherfuckers, did that shit to my, and then he's like, when he hung up with me, I went to go check the post, and you know what happened, guys? I got booted off the fucking page, and they took my post down.
Wow.
Booted. That's how the corruption runs here. I got booted. So, and then, so I'm asking questions. Mind you, the day of the accident, I went to the police station, and I got treated like shit by, his name is, Fredericks. I think he's a lieutenant now. He treated me like shit. He said, you gotta wait, because these officers, I don't know when they're gonna be in next time. I think it's Monday. And he was just going off on me. So then when I hang up with him, before I hang up, he tells me, yo, well, I'm gonna talk to Chelmsford Police Department to see what we can do, right? And they'll probably get in touch with you. Mind you, something told me to go back to the gas station and get another view, because the view that the gas station gave me, I couldn't see when my daughter got struck. So I went back to see about the other cameras. Look what happens. 5 minutes later, 2 cops show up in there. It was too late. I got the video. So now me and my husband are going back and forth arguing with these cops, and he's telling me that's not considered a hit and run. And so I'm going back and forth. I was like, yes, it is. And he's like, well, if there's bodily injury, I said, motherfucker, my daughter has a fucking concussion. What do you mean? That is bodily injury. So anyways, moving forward, we dealt with all that shit. And then I decided to, you know what they did with the driver? They called him over the phone to ask him what happened. They didn't go to his residence.
Did he get arrested?
No, they didn't press charges on him. They didn't press charges on him. No, they didn't press charges on him.
They didn't do shit, dude.
And they got
They didn't do shit.
press charges.
Oh, that
and they got the
doesn't
video
shock
of it.
me.
Oh, the surveillance. The surveillance is so clear. You can hear the audio. You can hear him talk to her. You can hear her say something like, what the fuck, man, or something. She says like, well, you hit me. It was crazy. It's perfect. It's clear. You can see the license plate. It also took a while. The whack. You could hear the whack. Like it was bad.
They didn't arrest him, and I found it odd that they were trying to play that shit off.
Did he get a summons? Did he get a summons?
No, watch this. So getting back to what Oblivious was saying when she was saying that you got to go to higher ups, right? I'm like, fuck this. Because now I'm seeing games. They're playing games. The sergeant that was in charge, like I started to do investigation on my own, connecting the dots with everybody, how they're all connected and everything. Looky. I find out my attorney runs the fucking plate. I find out that the last name is a last name that I know, that I've dealt with cops a lot in Chelmsford. And I started doing my research on Google. Look what you know. He was a brother of a Chelmsford police officer. And I'm like, bro, this is why you're not pressing charges on this motherfucker. Now I'm fucking pissed. Now I'm raging because I'm Mama Bear. I'm standing 10 toes down for my fucking.
Whoa. Comment.
And someone in my chat messaged me saying that they thought that. Someone in my chat said, I think that guy's a cop.
Yeah, so wait a minute. So the dude who hit your daughter was his brother's a Chelmsford cop.
Correct. Yep. That's why. And he's well known in the town. He has a business that's an electricity business that everybody knows him. He supports the Chelmsford police. They all know each other. All these people work together.
There you go.
And I found out the lady that booted me out of the group Her son was a Chelmsford police officer, and the guy that hit my daughter was part of the Chelmsford news page. So this is why I got booted, and they were all treating me like shit. So, anyways,
Wow.
mind you, so I found out he was the brother of a Chelmsford police officer. Now I'm fucking pissed. Now I go to the DA's office. And I brought up, after I connected all the dots for them and I found out all the evidence and I had all this evidence, I brought it to their office. She said, we'll give you a call if somebody's going to speak to you within an hour, you guys. Within an hour, I got a phone call back. They're like, we want you to come back in. We want you to speak to the DA. I broke it down to them. I gave them all the information. And let me tell you, the DA got down to it and they're pressing charges on him. So now he thought he was slick. Yep. He thought he was slick. And he's like, I want a clerk magistrate hearing. Listen, there's no way in hell I think that with the video evidence and the reports that the DA has and everything that the clerk magistrate can't say they're not moving forward with those charges. You feel me? He knows that it's not public record when it's a clerk magistrate hearing. So that occurred, whatever. And then after that, after I reported them to the DA's office, like weird shit started happening to my family. Like people were trying to run us off the road. People were following us. I had a tracker put on my vehicle. Like mad shit just happening. Yes, like shit like this happening.
I can imagine.
Yep. So the DA, so I went back to the DA and I said, you guys gonna have to investigate the police too. That's because the Chelmsford police was writing like false police reports. I have proof of it all, so they have it all. So now they're investigating the Chelmsford police for like misconduct. So when Oblivious is talking about like, going to higher ups, listen, they took it seriously here in Middlesex County. They took that shit seriously. They're putting charges on the fucking driver. They're waiting for the clerk magistrate hearing. And now they're looking into Chelmsford police. Like, what the fuck? This misconduct. You guys are allowing these people to try to run us off the road. You're not taking anything seriously. We had a vehicle follow me from the gas station next door at night. Follow me here. I have the video evidence. While I'm parking, he was acting weird, like he was gonna come in. But since I'm smart, bro. I'm from Lawrence, bro. I'm from the hood. You're not gonna outsmart me. If I'm seeing you coming weird over here, I didn't even park fully. I reversed back out because at this point I'm gonna ram you with my fucking van if we were gonna play games. We could play chicken all day. So that's how I thought.
Get it, girl. Get
I was
it.
like, for real, straight up, like
The
I'm a
Latina
10
fire, let's go.
10 toes
So
down.
the car bounces. The car bounces and then goes down towards Westford. And I'm like, so I parked at the gas station again. I was like, let me just try to drive towards Westford. And I'm like, fuck it. It's dark down there. There's nobody down there. When I'm going to do a U-turn next to the Elks in Chelmsford, the motherfuckers, they're waiting for us again and following us. At this point, my husband's like, fuck this motherfucker, park this fucking van. And he got in the van and he ran these motherfuckers out of the town. Now, I called the police, right? The same motherfucker that was arguing with me on that Saturday. What happens with him? He supposedly said that the next day he was going to look at the video evidence and ask my office here where I live for video cams, whatever. He never called me. So I requested the report. He said in the report that he saw a Honda Accord with one passenger in it. The car was not a Honda Accord. Little did he know that the
big ass truck.
manager, no, I'm talking about another incident.
Oh.
That little did he know that the property managers here gave me the video evidence and it was a white BMW, all blacked out with 2 passengers in it. So you lied on the police report, motherfuckers. And he said that he called the office here and asked for some video evidence. And I have an email of them telling me that they never that Chelmsford police never reached out to them. So this is how
Now,
corrupt.
who are you reporting this misconduct to? Because I
The
will
DA's
tell
office.
you, I have experienced a lot of police misconduct in reporting some officers in Norfolk County. And even that, I've experienced extensive retaliation. And I wonder who is safe to report because there's a lot of overlap in the Massachusetts State Police with the conflict of interest stuff
You
that
should go to the
exists.
attorney general. Go to the
Well,
attorney
I
general.
He
went-
has not been helpful. You say
went to the
that,
DA.
but her office literally told me, her actual business office. I explained to them what was going on in regards to myself and reporting information about Sandra Birchmore. And the business office was like, yeah, that's great. We actually really need you to report that to our criminal department. And I was like, oh, that sounds like a nightmare. No, thank you. And at some point or another, the retaliation from who I was supposed to be reporting stuff to got so severe that I did reach out. And at that point, they were like, "Oh yeah, like we know they directed you to us, but can't really help much right now." And now apparently they're
That's pretty
being
fucked
wrangled in with
up. You know that's
another
fucked up.
local case. It's nuts.
Let me tell you something. That's pretty fucked up. Because let me tell you something. I am so appreciative of the Middlesex County DA's office. Because let me tell you something. They took that shit seriously. But I was smart, and I'm gonna tell you why I was smart. And I like how Oblivious put it out there. This is why I'm getting at, right? I was smart about
Who's
it.
that? Tim Cruz? Is that your DA? Who's your DA?
No. I'm not gonna put the DA's name out there because they're still investigating. But
No,
I'm
no,
saying
you're
I went.
saying he's good. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm
Carry
saying
on, Queen.
Marianne Ryan, her office, so they have multiple DAs in there. And let me tell you something, I'm appreciative to them. And these people, they took it seriously. They took my shit seriously. They're looking into it. They have investigated it. They put, their total, everything. Like they put everything into it. These people, and I appreciate them for that because it depends who you go to. There's some people that have these higher positions that don't fucking give a fuck about people. And then there are people that do, because I was smart. I put my ducks in a row. What I did was I contacted the news first, because you want to know something? When you contact the news and you put the story out there, the DA cannot push back anymore because the truth is out there already. And then people are going to start questioning. The public is going to start questioning. What are you guys going to do about this? You feel me?
I just want to say one thing.
Yeah, no, I did that.
That was going to be my next advice to you is the news anchor that you worked with, whoever your contact is at the news, you should hit them back up and give them updates whenever they have an evening where like they need to kill 3 minutes. You'll be on a list. They'll call you. They'll be like, let's talk about updates. And if you tell them what you told us tonight, they are going to, you know how they do, we investigate, like some shit like that. Just call them and be like, oh, I got that shit.
Let's keep it real. They did a good job with my news story. Say the truth.
They did a great job. That's why I'm like, keep that relationship going. And then right before any election, anytime there's an election coming up,
all the time.
Yep.
Let me just jump in
Take it
really
every
quick.
time.
I'm sorry, ladies. We got Hilo's girl. Yeah, Benson. Before you go, Hilo's girl wanted to ask you something. That's why I brought her up. You, Hilo's girl, you want to ask Benson, Oblivious something?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that, like, what you were saying about mental health for first responders. In Kelsey's case, a year before this all happened, there was that case that she and Officer Noonan, mind you, responded to, where that mother unalived herself and her baby. And apparently they got no mental health. There's a lot of stuff about the North Andover Police Department and their police chief that is just so wrong. And I think
they were on the list of corrupt.
I think that'll play a big part in Kelsey's case, because I actually in Idaho, I'm in Idaho, and I've made like shirts lately because I was bored and needed long sleeve shirts and didn't have money to buy any. So I made.
Well, you should do what I do. I just stick them in the bag and walk out the store with no one.
He wraps himself in a banner.
Right.
Silly.
But I put, like, on the sleeves, I have free Kelsey Fitzsimmons. I have, you guys know my feelings about Aiden's charges. We already talked about it. We don't need to talk about it again. But like free Turtle Boy, I'm wearing a shirt right now that says Karen Reed freed with the date of her acquittal. Like, I love, and I mentioned this before, I love like following true crimes or these kind of things and getting involved. Like I feel like I'm in my element talking about this stuff, even though like I don't live in Massachusetts.
Well, you know what you could do too to advocate, and anybody can do this. If you want to sit on your ass at home, states away, but also make a difference. There's two things you can do that are free, easy, and very interesting. You can go find your favorite forum, whether it's web sleuths or I would always recommend Reddit, or even a Discord, and start your own page, or Facebook. Start your page for a case you're passionate about, or find one and kind of commit yourself to it, like the way people did with Turtle Boy and Karen Reed, because it's one thing to have like your own where it's just you, right? And to compile, your notes. But when you have groupthink and a bunch of people who are passionate about it, you can get a lot more done, and you can also free up time because other people are like, no, I already did that. Here you go. And when you put it all together, it also gives you like a sense of camaraderie, kind of a family, a bunch of people working together in a forward motion. Like they were talking about movements the other day, JFK, like a movement requires you to move forward. And something that really pushes information forward is through the spoken medium and the written medium. And a lot of people don't want to talk. They just want to read or listen. So if you're interested in doing a podcast or something, do a podcast, but like just getting the word out is number one. The other thing you can do if you're ever fucking bored, go look up a missing persons case, start researching it, and try to match it with bones found in the area, with other bodies on NamUs. You can cross-reference. You can literally solve cases at home without bother. Like I always feel like I'm bothering by calling in tips. Like you can literally send in to the investigators on NamUs, is this a potential match? It shows you what's crossed out. Like you can just solve cases. And like you can also write letters to DA. Like there's things you can do in other states to advocate for people really all over the world. But putting the word out, putting pressure, like that's the best fucking thing you can do, dude. And I think shirts are great too, dude. Wear your shirt while you're spreading the word. But you can also like order records free, just get them electronically. Go through FOIA vaults. Like there's all kinds of stuff, and then find precedent and set it up with people, and then give it to the victims' families and be like, hey, you can just have all this research we did, and maybe it'll help your son or daughter's case. But yeah.
Well, listen, Oblivious, I'm gonna let you slide because I'm about to wrap it up too. I love you too, man. Peace and love. Peace.
Y'all are the best.
We're about to wrap it up.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. About to take it around the room. Anybody with some last thoughts, man? I'll start with you, Becca. Go ahead.
Okay, so I did want to share something really quick. A friend of mine back in 2017 actually was a victim of a hit and run, and he unfortunately passed away. And he was sent flying over 100 feet, and fell to his death. And my mom actually, unfortunately, drove past this all happening, like not the act of it happening, but when he was like before he was brought into an ambulance and everything. Turned out to be a friend of mine from high school, and this did not get a lot of media coverage. Actually, we as friends, family, everyone in the town of Plymouth that knew him and loved him contacted the news, and no one covered it for the longest time. It actually took quite some time to get the mom on Fox 25, I believe it was. And it turns out to be that the woman that hit him was a nurse here at the local BID hospital. And she has, the role of like you have to stop and save. Like you hit somebody, you're supposed to stop regardless. She hit him, killed him, and then she proceeded to hide her vehicle, and she was never arrested formally. She got when charges were officially pressed on her, she got things sent in the mail to her. So, like she was never cuffed and arrested. And just quickly about how karma what goes around comes around. The sentence that she got was like, I think it was 6 months for killing him. And this was somebody who had a child, a young daughter. His life mattered. His name is Marcus Osborne. So if anyone wants to look into that, I definitely suggest you look into that. And she only got 8 months, but she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And 2 months before she had passed away, her father was hit and killed in a hit and run.
Oh
So
my God.
God damn.
what goes around comes around. I hate to say that because I don't like speaking
Ooh,
badly on people's passing, but I mean, I think that that right there is a story worth having
that's a
more
good example of it.
publicity. Seriously, like that's the universe literally saying, you
Mm-hmm.
know, yeah. So there's a lot more to that that I could talk about at a later time, but just it was kind of relating to what Unforgettable was saying about what happened with her daughter and the hit and run and covering up. Like it was a lot of covering up going on, and that was here in Plymouth. So it really is all over Massachusetts, really.
What's going on? NY Jimmy, what you want to talk about real quick in closing? What you want to say to the people?
Listen, in closing, first of all, it's always a pleasure to have a little spot here on your panel. Thank you so much. And, let's just keep
Always, always.
grinding and like getting as much awareness about all of these cases and keep talking and, having these really insightful conversations. More of that is needed. And I'm happy that at least on your platform, like when I heard you speak earlier, it's true. Like, you like that last show really kind of broke everything up and kind of regrounded everyone to what really matters. So, keep on that trajectory because at the end of the day, like all this petty stuff, yeah, it feeds the beast and the beast needs to stay out. And, there are real problems, real situations happening. And you have a lot of people here who have stories to share, and uplifting each other is the best remedy when it's times of chaos. So, let's keep pressure on all these people and all this corruption. Everyone keep doing your part in whatever way, in whatever capacity you can. And when it gets heavy, take a second and, breathe. Go touch a tree. That's my favorite thing. Touch a tree, go put your feet in the
Yeah.
grass, and, just everything's going to
Such
work
a
out.
treat. Yes.
but,
That's
but thank
awesome.
you. Thank
NY,
you.
I love what you just said, man. You need to talk about it in this chaos. We got to uplift each other and just keep pushing. I love that. What's going on, Rachel? Are you sleeping over there?
No, I'm
No,
still awake.
You want to say anything in closing to the people, to the
I just want
chat?
to say I appreciate you guys and justice for Francis, free Kelsey, and continue to keep Karen free.
Absolutely, for real. What's up with
Definitely.
James Jackson? You there?
Yeah, I'm here. I just want to say
God damn, James Jackson.
He working too. He
you're
working
working
too.
too,
What were you
man.
doing? Right? What were you writing? What were you writing? A blog, real quick, for your
Yeah,
journalistic.
I had to write. I had to write a quick blog, but I'm tired. I just want to say that this is great. Everybody up here talking, fighting corruption, getting down to the bottom of this, and it's always a pleasure speaking with Becca, speaking about Francis, and just keeping things going. That's what we're here for. So I appreciate everybody. I'm going to get back to my blog and I will check you guys tomorrow.
My man. What's
That's right,
going?
James.
What's going on?
Jackson.
Unforgettable. What you want to closing, girl?
Yes, I want to say that I want to thank you guys, you, Kevy Kev, and James Jackson for allowing most of us to come up here and speak up on your panel and be part of this. Like, this is nice to, be able to engage like this peacefully between the audience and people on the panel and just bring awareness out there. And, this will move other people. All this speaking out here will move other people to kind of speak up on what's been going on in their town, what type of corruption is going on in their town. And, rest in peace to Jigga. Let's free Kelsey.
Yep.
And, let's just keep the movement going and be peaceful about it. You feel me?
Yep. Absolutely. The holidays are coming up. Let's just stop building, man. Let's build each other up, man. Because these
Yeah,
bills are coming in every month, and
definitely.
Thank you, everybody, for mentioning Jigga's
thanks for
name. I really
having us,
appreciate it.
guys. Thanks for giving us time. Justice for Kelsey. Justice for Sandra Birchmore. Thanks, guys.
hello.
We
I'm
here.
still here.
I'm
We're
still here.
here.
Okay. All right.
I don't know what
Did
just
you end what
happened.
you
I
had to
think
say?
it
Because I
like
couldn't hear you. Yeah. Yeah. My internet crashed out.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah, no, it
you
just went
say,
silent for a second.
did she say anything? Yeah, did you say anything, Hills girl?
I just
No.
I want to say that like in the end, like we can. I think we can all get along. That's what I would love to see. And um, like Oblivious was saying about joining or creating a Discord, I actually joined. I don't know if you guys have heard of the channel Rat House Media, the chat rat. Like,
Yeah.
I joined that. I mean, in the end, like, I want to support everybody. Like, I support everybody. I support you guys. Like, I think what you guys, the angle that you bring to this is it's everybody has a different angle. Like, Melanie's a lawyer. You guys, like you said, you don't look at the legal papers, but you, um, blah, blah. What's the thing about brain mouth thing not working? But you know what I mean? Like everybody has their own like thing that they bring to this and helping like free Karen and keep her free because what is going on with the phone thing is just pardon my French, but it is fucked up. Like the fact that it looks like Judge Krupp may allow them to search her phones, like, is just so wrong. So wrong.
Someone has that on in the
And
background.
like you said, you
I
don't
think it's
look at
keeping
the
it. Wait a minute,
legal
is it keeping
papers.
it real? Someone got me on in the background.
But yeah,
I
so
get,
I just want to say I support everybody. Like I like being on these panels. I like being able to talk to people. I like talking to you, JFK. I think you're actually pretty cool. you know, like I
absolutely.
yeah, that's basically just what I
But
want
I'll
to
be
say.
real with you though. I'm gonna be real with you. I look on. I'm in chats. And I'm not telling you who to talk to or who to be around. But I'm in chats, and if there's a negative chat, and I see people in my chat and them negative chats, I look at it and I say, I don't know. I feel a certain. No, I wouldn't say I feel a certain way, but I just my antennas are up because if people like I see people in that Dallas dude's chat, and he goes crazy about people,
Right,
and I don't know
right.
why people endorse that, and just to talk to each other. If that's the case, get each other's phone numbers and talk on the side. Don't be in that chat populating that because then someone like myself, a peer, that creator jumps in the chat to see because people send me links all day long. This guy's on the internet talking about you. This is this thing, and I look, and I see people in my chat endorsing that. Wow,
Yeah. And
you know,
I
that's all I'm
don't I don't like the
because
negativity, like honestly.
it's all good. And so we got free Karen Reed 2025. She just hopped in. I know she was behind stage. I'm trying to give everybody a chance. What you want to say, girl? You're muted up.
Coming
Let me
back. I was
unmute you.
really having anxiety attack that you disappeared. So,
We
um,
back now.
so I'm glad everybody is back. And these last couple of lives that you've done have been so nice and breath of fresh air, and it's really cool to hear everybody kind of talking about their different things. Earlier, Obi was talking about the DA that had that different policy that he wanted to, go about with addicts and all of that. And I forget the term, not community policing, but she had a name for it. And it's like, I honestly think that it is so much more than just changing some policies. It really is the training. I mean, you go to the academy, and the academy is about, the laws and defensive driving and everything. And just like any job, you don't really learn the tricks of the trade until you're doing the job. Like nursing school, you can go to nursing school for 10 years, but you're not gonna be a good nurse until you're at a bedside. And they get out of the academy, and like in the state police, they're field training officer for 3 months. They ride with a different trooper 1 month at a time, and then you're on your own. And how does that compare to? So my daughter's in the union. She's in construction. She was a laborer for 2 years, and now she's in local 4. She's a crane operator. But she's an apprentice, and she has to work under somebody for like 4 years before she can operate a crane on her own. That's a crane. I mean, these police officers never know what their day is going to be like when they go into the field. They don't know. There's so many different aspects that you need to, it's like being a surgeon. But even a surgeon, 4 years of medical school, 4 years of, undergrad, then 10 years under somebody. So to take a cop, I mean, some of these cops are coming on the job, they're like 21, 22, 23 years old. And how do they, I just feel like they need to be, there's so much more break-in period that needs to happen before they're allowed to call the shots or, participate in any kind of authoritative position. And whoever is in charge, whether it's a sergeant, lieutenant, like their training needs to be proven on another level. And like, why are we kneeling on people's chests anyway? So let's just take poor Francis and let's take him off the streets and let's put him in a psychiatric hospital and say he wigged out there. These are unarmed nurses and doctors that are trained to take him down. They don't kill him. They have trained how to restrain somebody, how to take somebody down and safely de-escalate them. How come a nurse and a doctor can do it without, and a CNA and a nurse's aide, by the way, or a tech? Like, how do they do it unarmed? But a cop, the first thing they want to do is be aggressive, pull the gun, use the stun gun, whatever it is that's aggressive, lethal. They're doing things like, why are they being trained this way? So I think that we're just putting a whole lot of responsibility into very young, untrained people.
Yeah,
I agree
and
with
that's
that
a
completely.
great point. And listen, I appreciate every last one of y'all jumping up here, but your man JFK got to wrap it up. I appreciate all you ladies, and I'm going to open up the panel again, and I appreciate everybody's insight, and I'm going to take all you ladies backstage. Me and Kev's going to wrap it up. Appreciate everybody who came up and shared their stories.
Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you guys so
Hi,
much.
guys.
Peace and love.
Bye.
NY
I
Chimmy
hope to see
Chimmy, you
everybody.
was great. Rachel, you were great. Becca, you were great. Free Karen
All
Lee
right, show your face
25 was
now.
great. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys. Rachel, get some sleep, will you? Goddamn, Rachel. Got to get some sleep. Them kids are going to be doing cartwheels at 6 a.m. Mine included. God damn. Chevy, what up, bro?
What up, man? What another good, productive night.
Yeah.
I just want to throw this out there that, I think, what's happened tonight and what's happened in some previous nights is that I think people are starting to see that, there can be a safe place. There can be a comfort zone. I see this getting bigger. It's kind of a chance for people to be able to speak on things and not be told to shut up or to tone it down or to, hold back. I think this is just a good opportunity for people to speak, not only on different cases, but just day-to-day life. I can tell that people in the chat, people that have came back up on this panel, they've enjoyed this. They've gotten, it's peaceful. And I think that needs to be spread more throughout this, this community. I mean, I just really, I enjoyed tonight. The other night was, another great show. And, I think this is going to be great moving forward with this. Like you said, maybe pick a day where we can dedicate this. I think the people will spread the word that you can get some closure, you can ask questions, and you can feel comfortable.
You was one. Oh, sorry, buddy. I gotta read this. Hey, JFK. Just wondering if you saw that I put you in my video as AI JFK rapping my lyrics because I like your voice better. I trained the AI from 2 of your songs. I put it in because I think you are A plus. Appreciate that. That must sound. I like to hear it. I like to hear AI. This AI shit's crazy, man. I'm seeing Tupac alive. I'm seeing. Did you guys see what the Robin Williams' daughter said? Because people keep putting up videos of her dad, of this AI, and he looks like he's alive and shit. I mean, this AI, like Tupac, Elvis. Tupac one's the craziest because it looks, it's like he's, hey guys, him and Nipsey Hussle talking, and Biggie Small, like it's crazy. And like, it's just kind of like you're not letting the dead rest. It's kind of scary, man. I don't know, like if that's your family member, but she had a lot to say. You guys should Google that. Robin Williams' daughter speaks. She had a good insight on that. Robin Williams, he was great at what he did, But yeah, with that being said, in a couple of weeks, it's going down. Oh, it's going down. 10-24-25, JFK, James Jackson, Kevy Kev, Nan, the Young Jerks, 75 Meridian Street, Malden, Mass, 7-11. Tickets are on sale, $50 at JFK. Show off on the Venmo at JFK on the Cash App. Once again, at Kevy Kev 781 on the Cash App. Go subscribe to Kevy Kev 781. Go do that now. Go like his videos. Go leave a comment on something. Get his algorithm going. Remember, Venmo and Cash App is open 24 hours a day. You want to hit us up on there, man, buy us a coffee, go ahead. We appreciate it. Or just share the video, give it a like, or leave a comment when it's all said and done. And with that being said, I go by the name of JFK.
And I go by Kevy Kev 781.
And I appreciate your time. Peace and love, y'all.
See you next time.
Yeah. Like we throwing down, but I had to do this shit out here. Why am I wet, man? But it's going to let us go. Hey man, wanna talk shit on internet? Then you call me homie, and you don't even know me. You see this dude on your screen, think you know the real me, man. You can just blow me. You all in your cute little studio, act like you on the streets, call me bro. Wanna be some big YouTube star while I'm keeping it real. Hell man, I'm here in my car, fighting the fight, doing it every night. Fight fiction with fact, we ain't pulling no curtain back. Think it's all about us, no man is bigger. Tell you right now, it's all about Jigga. Fighting the fight, doing it every night. Fight fiction with fact, we ain't pulling no curtain back. Think it's all about us, no man is bigger. Tell you right now, it's all about Jigga. Someone's hurt your feelings, man. Well, at least you could feel, man. Jigga got his life snuffed out, There were 7 of them po-po. He was just walking, man. Was having a spell. Didn't know what was happening, man. Couldn't even yell. Put him on the ground. The only sound was I can't breathe. Let me up, but not too damn corrupt. How it is, 7 on his neck. You don't figure that just maybe you're gonna kill Jigga. Fighting the fight, doing it every night. Fight fiction with fact. We ain't pulling no curtain back. Think it's all about us, no man is bigger. Tell you right now, it's all about Jigga. Fighting the fight, doing it every night. Fight fiction with fact, we ain't pulling no curtain back. Think it's all about us, no man is bigger. Tell you right now, it's all about Jigga. Hey man, you wanna talk shit on internet? Then you call me homie. Man, you don't even